and we live in West Belfast, but things along the road were getting hard. The boys were getting jumpy, the dumps were nearly empty, and they came, they asked me that I give a hand. And a quick phone call and Gaddafi said okay, a ton and a half of Semtex, have a go. When you hear the mortars thumping and you see the Paris jumping, you can thank the wee white turban of the PLO.
Folks, he spoke too soon. Definitely spoke too soon, I have to say. See, it actually knocked off there on Facebook and YouTube. Don't know what the hell happened. I seen it buffer and it just went cheerio. So, folks, apologies. I don't know what that's going on today. It's there's always one, isn't there? Like this happens to. So, say at least it sort of didn't happen in the middle of Bobby's. It's we are back on live now. So hopefully that's us. We can rattle on. So, if we can sort of maybe share the show again for us. My apologies, that's all I can say. Spoke too quick, definitely spoke too quick. Right, so we're going to have to say, what time is it? We'll get Bobby on maybe another 10 minutes of the show, folks. So it's that townie. See, you culties call us townies. It's that their townie. It probably is like my townie internet, but listen, I've been well informed by my ma that the internet is getting upgraded in the house here of the studio tomorrow, 1st of June. So hopefully by next week there'll be no more issues, folks, with a bit of luck. And we're back in the room. Back again with the Renegade Master. Right, so somebody had asked me on there on the first feed, right, could I play did you not pay the phone bill, Bobby Fields? Right, so somebody asked me to play the Lock Ambush. I think it was Geraldine Call, was it? On Facebook, what to say anyway. So yeah, here we go. We're going to do this one here. This is from Eamon McLachlan's album live at the Rock Bar in Belfast. That's Eamon, a fantastic set there last week. A few issues with her guitar. Marty Higgins had to come to the rescue and get his guitar plugged in for her. See, that's what happens live, folks. Batteries go dead or something, whatever. And Eamon couldn't use her own guitar last week for the show. So, but lucky enough, Marty was still about. And he was able to save the show for us. So this is Eamon McLachlan with the Lock Ambush live at the Rock Bar, folks.
I'm going to do a song this time. Take over to my neck of the woods, over around East Tyrone, for 8 brave volunteers who died in a small village outside Armagh called Lockall. One of them from County Monaghan and the other 7 from East Tyrone. A song called the Lockall Ambush. Great song of defiance. If you know it, you can sing along with me. We've sung so many songs of fallen heroes. I really thought that I had said it all. But if a song can fill our hearts and raise our spirits, then we'll sing about our martyrs at Lockall. Well, the Irish nation bowed its head in sorrow at such sadness, oh, this country seldom known. For Monaghan had lost a gallant soldier with 7 volunteers from East Tyrone. Oh, England, do you really think it's over? If you do, you're gonna have to kill us all, one and all. Till you take your murderers out of Ireland, we will make them rue the blood spilled at Lockall. It was on a warm and misty Friday evening. The scent of apple blossom filled the air. That village street seemed quiet and deserted, but hidden eyes were watching everywhere. And that digger bomb had only reached its target. The trap would spawn, a gunfire filled the air. Oh, the SAS did not want any prisoners. Oh, shoot to kill, their orders were quite clear. Oh, England, do you really think it's over? If you do, you're gonna have to kill us all. For until you take your murderers out of Ireland, we We will make you rule the blood spill that long ball. They butchered 8 brave volunteers that evening. They were kicked and punched in case they were not dead. They dragged them up and down that Armagh village. They filled their bodies full of British lead. Did you think it would teach us all a lesson? At such savagery the whole world was appalled. But don't you know there are 20 more men waiting for everyone you butchered at Loughball. Oh England, do you really think it's over? If you do, you're gonna have to kill us all, one and all. For until you take your murderers out of Ireland, we will make you rule the blood spill at Loughball. Memory of the East Tyrone Brigade. So farewell to Paddy Kelly and Jim Lina. No more you'll lead your fighting unit forth, side by side with Port McCurney and Tony Gormley. Oh, you died to drive the British from the north. Declan Arthurs and the youthful Seamus Donnelly. On that night you were the youngest of them all, with Jerry O'Callaghan and the gallant Eugene Kelly. Your blood still stains the pavements at Loughball. Let me hear you say, oh England, do you really think it's over? If you do, you're gonna have to kill us all, one and all. Or until you take your murderers out of Ireland, we will make you rule the blood spill at the... Oh England, do you really think it's over? If you do, you're gonna have to kill us all. For until you take your murderers out of Ireland, we will make them rule the blood spill at Loughball. We will make them rule the blood spill at Loughball.
Paul and Eamon, indeed, there you go.
Thank you very much.
There's Eamon Nicolahan with the Loughball Ambush, live from her CD, live at the Rock Bar. Barry John Jackson on Facebook says, hi, enjoy the show from Armagh, but live in Wales. No Bobby feels well. Happy days. Right, so what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to play the next song from Bobby's, I'm going to say Baby here, Bobby's new album, Armagh Martyrs. So this one here, we're going to play is, so we're going to pick a few of the sort of original songs from it, and then so we'll go with Bobby on the phone after this one. So this one we're going to play is called Roddy Shimmy Grew. This one from so Bobby's new album, folks. Hope you enjoy this here, and after this here song we're going to have Bobby on the phone. Yeah, that's Spotify playing there again. See, up there's no good again. I'm having the mirror here, folks. First day back, and so I'm like, right, so that's better. Right, so once it's finished, we'll get Bobby on the phone, and hopefully, just fingers crossed, I'll have no more issues with you on the internet. So here we go.
Fight and your cause will go on. For our heads are held high as England hears our cry. Oh, your cruel laws we will defy. Brave Shamie, your courage was well known and feared by the hour. You see, Ireland's freedom was your goal. that was stolen from you by the all you sees shoot to kill. Farewell, you young armament, for your fight and your cause will go on. For our heads are held high, as England hears our cry. Oh, your cruel laws we will fight. Young Roddy, you died with Shimmy by your side at that lonely road. In Armagh you lay, like your comrade you were strong, and you wanted to see old Ireland and her people to be free. Farewell, you young Armagh men, oh, your fight and your cause will go on. For our heads are held high, as England hears our cry. Oh, your cruel laws we will defy. The grief that is felt by your families is sore, to know they'll never see you both anymore. But your family and your friends say they know one day you will prove the world it was a shoot to kill. Farewell, you young Armagh men, oh, your fight and your cause will go on. For our heads are held high, as England hears our cry. Oh, your cruel laws we will defy. For our heads are held high, as England hears our cry. Oh, your cruel laws we will defy.
Yeah, folks, that is Bobby Fields there from his album Armagh Martyrs with Roddy, Shimmy Groove, fantastic song out there once. So it is low, you're all really enjoying it. Some lovely comments coming through. So we're just going to hook up Bobby on the phone here now. So folks, will say if you are on Facebook, please share the stream for me. Just hit the wee share button and you can start a watch party or whatever. Just copy the link and put it on your timeline. There was loads shared the original stream in the first set, so hopefully you can all share this one as well, and we'll get as many people listening and tuning, folks. We're here to 5 o'clock, so we're going to have 2 copies of Bobby's album to give away as well, folks, for you. So we are. So what we'll do is we'll do the interview and then we'll ask a couple of questions after the interview's finished, and we'll see if we can get the 2 albums giveaway. So hopefully we'll have Bobby on the phone. Are you there, Bobby?
Well, Rory, can you hear me?
Yes, mate, can hear you loud and clear. Hopefully we'll have no more wee internet issues here, so we won't on this interview, for God's sake. That's this old towny internet, so it is, as you say. Right, so mate, listen, welcome along to the show. Mate, first song we played there from your album, Roddy and Shimmy Grew there. So I say welcome along to Rebel Sundays, mate. We're sort of jump right in from the very start. So obviously you're a proud Armagh man, very sort of long-standing Republican family. So tell us a wee bit about your upbringing during the struggle. So I believe 2 of your brothers are 2 ex-prisoners.
Yeah, I grew up in Cal Street in Armagh, Rory, and Cal Street must have been the hub for most of the ratting in Armagh when I was growing up. And 2 of my brothers done time in inside, one done in the cages, and the other one done time in H blocks, and I was on a blanket. He was on a blanket as well. It was a tough time for the family, but good Republican roots, Rory. So it was my brothers are very steadfast Republicans, so was the whole family, and like many our families in Armagh as well, not just my own, not area.
Yeah. So obviously, growing up then, like in your household, would your parents and all have been Republicans as well then, like?
both parents very staunch Republicans, but they really didn't have to teach us much, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just living through it, you sort of knew, like,
We're seeing first, especially for me, the first time I more or less realised I was a Republican was at a very young age. I was watching the hunger strikes and seeing all the ratting on TV and all the ratting in the streets, and I knew it was wrong. No, what the Brits were doing was wrong. No, I mean, and that from then on, I knew I was a Republican, through and through, so.
Right, so obviously, from about the age of 15 then, it's probably like a lot of Republican musicians that I've had sort of on, you got the itch and joined the Republican flute band. So tell us a wee bit about, obviously, the couple of bands you've played in and the flute bands throughout your younger years in.
I played in the Armagh Republican Mortis flute band. I had been going for about a few years before then. And I'd done the flute. I was taught the flute by a guy called Conor McManus, Bubbles. Good crack, so he was. Taught us how to play the flute, and then in between then, I obviously picked up the tin whistle and played the tin whistle. So I played there in the Armagh Mortis flute band for a few years, and then disbanded, and then I moved on to the Lakewood Horn flute band in Uri, and that's how I met young Damian Quinn.
Young Damian Quinn?
The Demon.
Yep.
I was a young Damian Quinn then, so it was. Damon was a fluter in the flute band as well.
Oh, was he? I didn't know that. Right, there you go.
Yeah. And after a few years, and I was in there for a few years, but after about a year or so, I ended up playing the bass drum. So I did, and it was a pretty mad time playing the bass drum. Love the crack. You can't, you see those times, you know yourself, where you're in the flute band as well. The crack was brilliant. The camaraderie was even better. I mean, you're friends for life and whatever.
I think,
so,
yeah,
it was unreal. And
That's one of the things playing in flute bands where people have never played them before. See, as you mentioned, the camaraderie in it. It's just, see, when you get it is like another family. I mean, you're just going to maybe 2 nights a week or whatever, and once you get to go away to the parades and the bus runs and all, the crack is just like, it's something else. Like, it's brilliant. So it is, like, it is definitely friends for life.
Yeah, well, definitely. I'll make good friends then. Like, sort of like. After the New Year's flute band, I didn't do much after. I just I got married, and then the wife she bought me a guitar for Christmas.
Well, that's what I was going to.
And I think she's regretted it ever since.
Move on to next. Well, see, you sort of have your wife to thank for sort of getting you into playing the guitar. So tell us a wee bit about how that sort of all started, and like, had you ever played a guitar before, or did you just pick up something to get something you could learn you, or how did that go?
I never played a guitar before in my life. The wife just thought, maybe he'll keep me out of mischief for a while, and a friend of mine said he'd teach me the basics of the guitar.
Yeah.
And it's like he started teaching me a few tunes, like Eric Clapton and all, a couple of Eric Claptons. And then I started, I was obviously being a Republican, I loved the rebel, I loved the folk music. And then ended up I was teaching the guy some of the songs I knew.
Right, seriously, you go.
So then I fell in with a friend of mine, a guy called Kevin McBride, 20 odd years ago, and we were going well. But things happened. I had to stop, and obviously family matters took over and all there.
Yeah.
But from then on, I just kept on playing the guitar, playing tin whistle, tried to bore on a bit, and at the moment I'm trying the banjo, and I'm definitely racking the wife's head with the banjo.
How's that going? Is it melting her then?
No, that's all right. The fiddly, the traditional stuff, it's a bit more harder to get. See, the folk stuff and the rebel stuff, it's coming quite easy, that way. It's quite a bit. It's just the traditional stuff a wee bit harder, but I'll stick the head down and I'll get it done. But I love music. I love all type of music, not just rebel and folk. I love trad. I love some country music too. I love Ian Foster and all.
I thought you were going to say you love Ian Foster. Ian Foster and all. Fuck's sake, mate. I know she's getting a bit of grief this week, but Jesus, that was.
No, I love Ian Foster and all, and all of that stuff, like John Danvers and also I have a wide range of music, and it shows through sometimes when I'm playing on Facebook. People can ask, and I'll try my best. Like.
Definitely, I think even the country stuff, I'm sort of partial to a bit of Mick Denver and all myself, so I'm like, even I have to say, like, so obviously over the years, you sort of mentioned you played in a couple of groups. So tell us a wee bit about sort of some of the bands you've played in throughout the years.
Well, I played in Sam Hall, and that was me and myself, a friend called Kevin McBride started off, and we just two fellas just played the guitar. We actually started. Kevin lived on the Gavahi Road, and it was the time of the Orange Men trying to march down the Gavahi Road and all their rap.
Yeah.
it was mad, like, 'cause we were practicing in the hall, and the helicopters were out and the Barat and everywhere. But it was just, I think it was just a mad time then. But like, me and Kevin stuck on our music, and we had to go down cracks. We decided to go on the road together, and we were on the road for about a year and a half, and then we get a couple of other guys as well. Now by playing the bass, big boy called Ricky McCollum, he played the bass and he played the banjo as well, and he's very good. And then with the next prisoner, John A done the boron. John A was a lovely fella. But I said things happened, like Rory, just like family and everything else, just had to knock it in the head after a couple of years, just couldn't do it, no there.
Yeah.
I had a young family at the time. But that's what you do then. I just kept on playing the music myself, and through the years, I met friends in Lurgan, played the banjo, played the guitar, and just ended up playing in groups. And not playing like groups out in a pub, no mind, but maybe you went to a pub for a bit of a session. You wouldn't have went on stage or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I met a lot of good friends that way as well. Did play a wee group called Peasant Folk. Myself, a boy called Connor Barber. Connor was a banjo and mandolin player. And Don McGee. I don't know if you know Don. Don plays sometimes with Morty McGuinness and Twice Daily.
Yes, yep.
Don's brilliant. Tim Whistler. There's not a tune Don doesn't know, like, on Tim Whistler. So we played up for a few years, and then a couple of years, and just sort of knocked out in the head as well. And then, obviously, with me and my mate Kevin, we're going to start back up before this pandemic happened, for frick's sake. And
like so many things happen. Yep. That's the way it's happened.
No, and it went to one side, so it did, and then me and I just started playing away with music of myself in the house, and then
so we'll talk about the streams and stuff later on in the interview. We're going to play. So obviously talking now about your debut album, right? Obviously, we're going to play a track from it, and then we'll talk a bit about it once we're back on, right? So we're going to play this time. We're going to do it's a song played about 3 weeks ago, Gerard O'Callaghan. So obviously we'll play the song. I'll just put you on mute on the channel, okay? And then we'll bring you back in, okay, mate?
Okay.
Right, okay.
No worries.
Let's see. Right, so we'll just put Bobby on mute here, folks, and then we'll get the song Gerard O'Callaghan on, right? So this is from Bobby Fields. It's his brand new debut album, Armagh Martyrs, and this is another original track called Gerard O'Callaghan.
You and me, that a country might be free. Long live the revolution. Long live the revolution. Oh, long live the revolution. With a rifle in his hand, but you'll never ever kill the revolution. Tony Moore is face of earth. Off the Irishman he walks the earth. Not for him the easy way, a soldier of the IRA. Long live the revolution. Long live the revolution. Oh, long live the revolution. For you might kill a man with a rifle in his hand, but you'll never ever kill the revolution. Well, Gerard O'Callaghan died with his comrades by his side, for their defiance at the call said you cannot kill us all. Long live the revolution. Long live the revolution. Oh, long live the revolution. For you might kill a man with a rifle in his hand, but you'll never ever kill the revolution. Gerard O'Callaghan and Paddy Kelly, Jim Lloyd and Tony Gormley, Declan Northers and Seamus Donnelly, Eugene Kelly and Padraig McCarthy. Oh, long live the might kill a man with a rifle in his hand, but you'll never ever kill the revolution. Oh, long live the revolution.
Son of Bobby Fields there, folks, with Gerald O'Callaghan, that one there for you. So I just sort of I turned Bobby's volume down there because it was getting a wee bit of feedback. It must have been sort of heard a lot of stuff going in the background. It was sort of feeding back with the song, so it was. So hopefully we'll have Bobby back on the phone here now. Oh, back again, Bobby. I don't know. No, what was it? I put you on your line on mute, but whatever way it mustn't have been muted on the Facebook call, and I could still hear all this stuff in the background. So it was coming over the top of the song. So I didn't really want people to miss out hearing the song. So I said I'll knock him off here and just call him back again. So anyway, it's all good anyway.
As well as you remember, the families have never got justice because the two boys were unarmed in the car, and they were. It was obviously a terrible time for Armagh at that time. Gerald O'Callaghan now, obviously Gerald O'Callaghan, one of the Golden Borders. Gerald was from Tullymore in Tyrone, not too far from Tullysorn, and he was a good friend of a friend of mine's father, Kevin Pop McBride, and he wrote the song over 20 years ago. And me and his son were playing together in a band song. You know, like music for it.
Yep.
So me and my mate Kevin sat down after about an hour or two. We got the music to it, and we've been playing it from there on ever since, but never recorded it. And
Bobby, listen, we're having serious bother here with this internet today, sweetheart. So listen, a few people had said that it was cutting out, so I'm just checking the streams here on YouTube and Facebook. It keeps sort of pausing for some reason. It's just the internet connection today. So can you just go back there and just explain about the two songs again for me, if you don't mind? Because I don't want people to say it, sort of think like I didn't hear what he's saying there. But so just basically tell us again about the Gerald O'Callaghan and the Ronnie Shimmy Groove song, if you can. But apologies.
No words. Yes. Hopefully you can hear me now. The Roddy Carl and Shimmy Groove, both volunteers from Armagh, because we were killed on the 12th of December 1982 at the bottom of the Creedy Hill. We were killed by Thatcher's shoot to kill policy. So two boys were unarmed in the car, and the cops pulled the car over and shot them unarmed because to this day the families never got justice from what had happened. And I think they're still going on. The coroner, I think, is keep on dragging his feet over this, so it's never ending for them. Also, because the Gerald O'Callaghan song was written by a good friend of mine, Kevin Pop, from Tullymore in Tyrone, near Tullysorn, and he was a very good friend of him. And Pop wrote it over 20 years ago and gave it to me and Kevin as he played in Sam Hall. He didn't have any music to it, but me and Kevin sat down and got music to it. And said we keep the songs. The reason why I was singing these songs now is to keep the memories of the volunteers alive, and let people know we haven't forgot about them and never will.
So, Bobby, I have to say, the sort of album and the tracks I'm talking about, the original ones, took me by surprise when I first sort of heard this. I was talking to a few musicians, on the scene, talking about your album when it first came out, and I mean, a lot of them were people who were shocked as well, I have to say, but in a good way. I mean, a lot of people are sort of thinking like, I didn't think Bobby had this in him to put these songs together. I mean, I've seen listen to your streams and stuff. A lot of these sort of albums that sort of come out, you're expecting just going to be the bog standard sort of rebel songs and ballad, and that's not taken away from other albums people have brought out. But I always sort of love to hear original songs, from sort of rebel artists. And the album, so obviously, this sort of album, it's about half and half of your own original tracks, and then half of sort of better, well-known Republican ballads. So, firstly, you recorded this album up in True Tone Studios in Strabane, right? Of course, owned by the legendary Eamon Styx Doherty. So, tell us firstly about choosing Styx as studio to go and record your album in.
Sir Liam MacDonald, and because Liam was telling me that he was going to do a recording, and I had it in my mind to do the recording out there, but I didn't know who to go to.
Yep.
And Liam gave me Eamon's the phone number. I contacted Liam, and it just started the ball rolling. Then Liam was up the week before, and then I went up the following week. So it sticks an awful lot of work today. So and he said, working with Styx is a true professional, brilliant musician, as you know, Ro, because he's unreal, and his talent now for doing recording is second to none. I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, and he really encourages you to play the music the way you want to. And
Yep.
like yourself, Eamon likes hearing original songs.
Yes. I think because
So
when I was
that's
speaking to Marty McGuinness as well, he recorded his album up there, and Marty had said that as well.
Yes.
He said like Sticks. He said there's just a few songs I wanted to do, and sort of Sticks edged him towards doing different songs. He said no, try this one. I think it'll work better for you, kind of thing. And obviously as well, where he's featured in a lot of the songs, playing the different instruments, the banjo and mandolin as well. A lot of these albums, and he doesn't just go in and sort of just sit behind the desk and go right sing along. I mean, he's sort of there with you from the best sounds of it the whole way through, and sort of encouraging you like.
That's it. Like, he sits there and he obviously you can see him through the window there, and he's talking about you. And when if you're playing away, then he'll maybe do the mandolin if you're happy with the song, no doubt.
Yep.
So you can get a bit more passion in the song, like, and that's the way it sticks 100%. Very, very good. And I would say I'd definitely go again to get an album done with the Sticks in the future. Like.
Yeah, well, he seems to be he's got very, very busy now. Look, by the looks of it, sort of he seems to be sort of the place to go to now. If you are recording like an album or a single track, whatever, he's definitely the man in the north here to go and see. So he is. So as I mentioned, you sort of you've put a few of your own original tracks on the album. So sort of tell me, well, these sort of relatively new tracks, or have they been sort of sitting on the back burner for a while and just haven't had a chance to sort of put them down to record, or when did you sort of write these ones?
They say that like the most recent one would have been the Martin Corgan one. I wrote that about 3 or 4 months ago, maybe, maybe more. I had it written, but I had no song for it, no tune for it, and I was listening to the tune one day and it goes, I sit there. I have to put a tune to it. So it sort of popped in my head. But see the rest, I say like the Jordan Calvin one's over 20 years old. Same as the Roddy Shimmy one will be about the same time as well. But I said I never had time to put them on a CD. And then the Northern Brigade one, I think, because it was very popular when I actually done it.
Yeah.
when I sang it Normal down the street. So then, and then the Time Goes On one is the Time Goes On one is about my mum and dad passing away and all that. It was a tough time. And I just sat one day, I was probably as you would be, but down the dumps, and I wrote this song and I put a tune to it. So the songs have stood through the time, and
yep.
When I was happy enough to start playing them on Facebook, and people kept on asking for more.
So the name of the album, Armagh Martyrs, is sort of pretty self-explanatory. So when you sort of made this here, was that like the only name that you thought I'm gonna use when I put my album out?
When I seen Nick Corgan, Roddy and Shimmy, and then I said to myself, I was in the Armagh Martyrs street band. It goes and good tribute to the boys. It'll be the Armagh Martyrs, and that's what I just call it, because the song, there's a couple of songs were about volunteers from Armagh, and there was a bit of a fitting tribute because they call it Armagh Martyrs at the time.
Okay.
I say it just seemed that because the songs I have on it at the moment are about Armagh volunteers, I decided to call it Armagh Martyrs. So
Bobby, I sort of admit myself here, so pre-lockdown I had never heard of you, right? But obviously sort of playing a few sets on Keith's Come On the Hoops page, right? And then obviously you're doing all your own sort of weekend late night sort of gigs, or sets like maybe Friday, Saturday and Sunday. You've sort of come very, very well known. So firstly, tell us about doing the live streams. So sort of, I know at the start of sort of lockdown, a lot of musicians were very worried about doing them. They're like, I'm going to be sitting here behind a bloody phone. Is anybody going to be watching? I mean, I'm going to here on my own, whatever. But it's sort of, so you sort of definitely seem to have sort of built up a good sort of online following. So would you say that doing the live streams has benefited you?
Definitely, Rory. Yeah, this time last year, before COVID, this sort of pandemic kicked off, I was just doing maybe like Zoom calls with families and friends.
Yeah.
And like they were talking around, even on Messenger, maybe get 8 or 9 people on and say play a couple of tunes. And as I was playing a couple of tunes, they're all sitting talking. I mean, I couldn't hear what I was saying. So I had to meet them all. Because I tell you what, I'm going to go on to Facebook next week and see by then. And I just done it just on the spur of the moment. So
yeah.
I did not think it would have snowballed as quickly. So then, and when I come on, I done a Friday night and a Sunday night, and then people then started to mess me. I come back on when they're back on. I goes, people actually want to hear me sing on Facebook. No, I mean, it was a bit strange because I never had that type of of people actually looking, message me. I come when you're back on, and then my daughter, she goes, right, Daddy, we'll have to get a Facebook page for you. So she sat down and she's a whiz with a computer. I'm not, like, and she done me at a Facebook page and got me started, and then it was a happy days. It just snowballed in from the Roy.
Yeah. So listen. So once we sort of get back to normal, Bobby, if there ever will be such a thing as normal, which I don't know if that'll. But then I've been starting a few gigs back myself this weekend, and it's great to actually be sort of playing the people, a crowd instead of like a bloody phone screen. But sort of what's the sort of plans? Do you intend to sort of put yourself out there now and try and get some gigs in bars with yourself or with a couple of other guys, or what's the plans in?
The plan is to go out and get gigs. I spoke to Murray Leith and Glasgow Irish Bands.
Yep.
You know Murray from Messes and all. Well, he's going to try and give me some gigs as well, like over in Scotland. And he got me a booking in Halloween in Donegal, a weekend in Donegal. So I'm doing like 2 or 3 nights in Donegal.
Brilliant, very good.
I've a birthday party coming up, so it'll be a garden party, and then I have a wedding coming up as well. I'm playing at a wedding as well. So it's like once people start hearing me again out in public instead of on Facebook, I say I should pick up. Fingers crossed, it'll pick up from the gate. It'll pick up there.
Well, I think what's the good thing is, like, rebel music, I think in bars and stuff has never been bigger. I think the lockdown played a big part in it, because it seems to be like from lockdown time, everybody and their granny has been doing, like, even people that are doing their play folk and stuff. They've jumped on the whole bandwagon and think, rebel stuff, people want to see it. We'll get a few followers and stuff, whatever. And but I think once everything sort of fully opens, a lot of these artists they're all like sort of raring to go, and I think the bars and stuff will definitely benefit from the will. So they will.
Definitely, and I think what really started it off this past couple of years. If you know the story, this past 2 or 3 years, maybe 4 years, it's got big, and maybe since the Wolf Tongue's done, feeling public in Belfast, and the young ones started to go to it.
Yep.
It's just like snowball from there. You've seen Rebel Sundays pop up in pubs. You wouldn't have thought there were Rebel Sundays in pubs.
Yep.
I mean, and it's just brilliant. It's good to see, and it's given musicians like myself and Damian Quinn all that chance to travel all over, hopefully, and do more stuff in that area.
Right. So one thing we both definitely have in common, Bobby, is drumming. That's what I say. So I've played in Republican flute bands most of my life. Obviously, recently I was playing the O'Neill Alsop flute band in North Belfast. And say mainly because the reason I moved that band there was the sort of the style they played, like, was sort of the more flickery taps and the paradiddle sort of suited me rather than like the blood and thunder stuff. So obviously the last few years you've been playing drums for a pipe band. So tell us a wee bit about joining up with a pipe band then.
Well, it was a St. George's pipe band, independent pipe band in Blackwater, and my mate Kevin McBride, he's in the band as well, and he kept on messaging me, you want to come and join this band? And he goes, I was trying to put it off because I was doing so many stuff like a few years ago. I said, I'll come down and have a look. And I went down and I met up with a couple of guys, and I said, as soon as I went in, I knew half of them anyway from Armagh, so the crack was 90, and that was it. Didn't leave, just ended up doing the drumming. By called Eamon Prunty. Eamon was passed away since then, God rest him. Eamon taught me how to drum for the pipe band, and it's very tricky, so it is, and it's still tricky. I don't know, I'm not 100% at it, but I'm confident. I'm confident enough to go out on the road with a couple of drummers and drum, and that's what I do. But the pipe band it's a community pipe band, so it is real community, and they get involved with the community, and the community gets involved with them as well. Around Blackwater and Portmore, it's one of those bands. Like from the band you're in, the Neil Alsop band and they're another band, they're all community-based bands.
Yep.
And a lot of community help you out no matter what. They'll try their best to help you out, and that's
so what do you think of where
a pipe band or
there's a bit of the delay. What do you think of wearing the full kilt gear and all that? Like, is it sort of a bit of getting used to warm, like?
If it was hard to get used to, so it was. I tell you, seeing you playing on a St. Paddy's Day and it's like -2, and the hail's still beating off your face. And tell you, it's cold, but but people don't believe the kilts are actually quite heavy. So they're
tell me.
It's like 9 yards.
Yep.
My, there's
I actually
heavy, like 9 yards of.
I wore one from my wedding, so I did, right? So because my grandmother is from Inverness, so she is. So we wanted to do that because she'd passed away, the whole thing, just a sort of a family and cooperative thing. And obviously, so we all went down into whatever shop it was to hire them out. So we did. And it was the full regalia. Like there's about 20 pieces to this bloody thing. Like then, and so what we went down. I think it was the 2 or 3 days before and picked them all up, whatever. And they're all in everybody's bags, with all the names on them. So they were. So obviously everybody was getting dressed here in my ma's house, for the morning of the wedding, right? And hung them all up. And my ma, for her wisdom, for her she decided she wanted to iron everybody's shirts, which even their own the dry cleaners, but she wanted to iron everybody's shirts. So she took a ring apart, whatever, and then we all went to get dressed, and nobody knew who was what. So I ended up wearing my dad's waistcoat and my brother's socks, and the shirt wasn't just too. It was like, you look at the pictures, the shirt was too small for me. My brother was wearing, I think he was wearing my kilt because it was like a funny blanket on him. So it was. And you were like, what the hell did you do this here for? It's like, I thought it was just helping out, like Jesus Christ. But it was a bit of crack anyway. So it was. Listen, so Bobby, we're going to play. We're going to finish up and play another song from your album. So after we're going to do this one, the one you were talking about there, the North Armagh Brigade. So that's tell us, because obviously you said this one here was a wee bit popular for you. So tell us a wee bit about this song.
About the song, I would say it would have been just about 20 years ago, and there was a few things on Armagh, but as you're growing up, you hear what operations went on in Armagh and all, and what happened. Like the breeder. I remember the part of the song was where they blew the courthouse up in Armagh. Yep. I was out partying with half the family because it was my mother and father's wedding anniversary at the time, and the whole building shook. They wouldn't believe it. The courthouse is blowing up. It wasn't just the courthouse; it blew half the mall up as well. No, there, and then the UDR. There's a wee verse about the UDR. Everyone knows that the UDR are the most hateful people that ever walked this earth.
Oh yes, definitely. Yep. Lovely people.
They were not nice, and that night, because there was a couple of nights up that Rory, they were going mad. They were stopping Republicans and baiting them and harassing them and everything else. And the two jeeps then drove across the Kildare Road because there was traffic lights, and because the traffic lights went red, a mortar and fan at towards them, and that curtailed them a wee bit as well. I mean, they're friggin', as you say, many Republicans have had a run-in with the UDR, and it wasn't a happy run-in to have with them.
No, definitely.
I mean, so that's at the North Armagh Brigade, so it is because it's a nice catchy tune. So it is. I put the tune is similar to McAlpine's Fusiliers.
Right. Okay. Yes.
I wanted to read it. I wanted to read it fast. We would paste it at the time. And I said when I was singing on my Facebook page, a lot of people started to ask for it then. So I was hoping I couldn't make the put on my CD for sticks.
Just to see, when you were talking about the Carvachy Road there just a second ago, I've done this here party last week up in Lurgan, so that was in the middle of Kilwalkie. It was a mad bloody party. That's bonkers, right? But so throughout there, I got a booking for somebody that took me a party doing it on the Carvachy Road, like I think in July sometime. So if I sort of done a bit of digging, and what was meant to be just like a garden party has now turned out to basically to be the whole street or the estate. They've set up a bloody WhatsApp group and all, and I'm like, what the hell is going to be many bloody people to go show up to this thing? But I'm really looking forward to it. So we some crack. I think Conan from Raising the Moons will be coming down as well. He just lives up the road, so he's coming down with his guitar, and we'll get a bit of a session going as well. So looking forward to that there. Mate, so listen, Bobby, thank you very much, mate, for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure today. Say sorry about all the internet issues this afternoon, but that's what happens. You do a live show, it's just shit happens, like, so it does. So mate, say I'll be tuning in again to you. Just somebody had asked her on YouTube if some people had asked how do you get hold of your CD. So somebody wants to buy one, how do you go about it?
Right, there's a link on my Facebook page, Bobby's Rabble and Folk Facebook page, and they have to scroll down a bit. The link is definitely on there with the CD for it, so because they can message me. If they want to message me through Facebook, I'll give them the details.
Right, no problem. So it's just PayPal or something, you'll post it out to me and see. Well, so folks,
it's a pep. Yeah.
Bobby is going to be giving away 2 CDs as well today, so cheers for that there. So what I'll do is we'll do a competition over the next hour or so, and then I'll just send you the names and addresses, Bobby, okay, and you can get them sent out to the folk. So much appreciated. Right, so Bobby, we're going to turn you down here. Thanks very much, and I'll talk to you again soon, mate. Alright, cheers.
Right, thank you very much for having me on. Okay, bye.
Not a problem, our man, so he is. So we're going to do another song off his album Nice Swear, and this one here is so he was talking about there now. So this we're going to do now the North Armagh Brigade from Bobby Fields, folks, and we'll get on with the tunes after this one. So any more requests, fire them in, and we'll see what we can get done with these. We're here to 5 o'clock, folks. Here we go.
Here's to the volunteers who have fought for the North Armagh Brigade. Your daring deeds are well known around the country wide. For you fought the Brits and the RUC, and they hated you, the R. One night along the Killy Road, to you the our jeeps that drove. When the red light lit, oh the mortars let rip and blew away to you the R. So up the Raff on North Armagh, oh the bravest fighting men we know. Oh September night at the Mall Courthouse, they blew British justice away. From the night to then, those brave fighting men, their comrades and mockers lay. Oh, they struck a blow for freedom when they blew the courthouse away. From Cree 1 year and the Brits were here at the Shambles area. Along came the Raff in a metro car, defending their people there. Oh, the Brits ran quick when the bullets let rip from the provost in the car. Here's to the volunteers who have fought for the North Armagh Brigade. Your daring deeds are well known around the country wide. For you fought the Brits and the RUC, and they hated you, the R. So up the Raff on North Armagh, oh the bravest fighting men we know.
There we go, North Armagh Brigade there from Bobby Fields, folks. Again, great comments coming through. Thanks very much to Bobby for coming on for the interview. And folks, again, just apologies for the internet this afternoon, but this is a live show and these things happen. It isn't just me. I watched another few streams over the weekend there and people are having serious bloody internet issues. But listen, just want to have a shout out here to local rebel singer Stephen. He's going through a bit of a tough time with his throat and his voice at the minute. Hopefully he's back again soon. He put a wee video up during the week and he didn't sound too well, to be honest. So hopefully he's got the doctor and he'll get it sorted, because if he can't come at the minute, we're only going to be left with Clover and our Carta for my big the big night out in December, because obviously Damian Quinn is on crutches but he has his leg in a cast at the minute, so hopefully by December he's going to be okay to sing. And then Sir Stephen, he has no voice, so at the minute hopefully the gig wasn't this weekend, he wouldn't be singing. So at the minute, it could be only bloody Clover and our Carta as we singing. So folks, listen, the tickets for the big fans gathering are absolutely flying. I'm still pumping them. We're not sold out yet, but I'm sure over the next month or so it will be sold out. So I'll just go to keep punching it every week on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all. So every other day there's more people buying 2 or 3 tickets. So hopefully it will be all sold out in no time. So it will. So yeah, loads of people just I will sing Beaver. If I wasn't here, send us a wee video through your Beaver and let me even see what you're like, and we might get you on the bill. So we might. Jerry McStraw says, "Good man, wrote Bobby is a genuine lad, 100% great interview. Both of you, Gar Millie Mugget. No problem. Thank you very much." This is on YouTube here now, buffering. It's a very nightmare. So it's right. So we're going to Deirdre McDonald See, Dirty, I always used to call you McConnell, and I got it right here this time. So Dirty McDonald asked for this one on Facebook. Says, any chance of please say Mairead Farrell. So listen, this one's spicy for you, Dirty, and it's from my good friend Cara McCann from this is from the Ernu Flute Band 25th anniversary CD. Cara does 3 songs on it. So this is Cara McCann with the ball and Mairead Farrell, spicy for Dirty McDonald, who asked for it on Facebook, folks. So here we go, Rebel Sundays.
Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. Do not stand at my grave and cry while Ireland lives. I do not die. A woman's place is not at home. The fight for freedom still goes on. I took up my gun until freedom's day and pledged to fight for the IRA. In Armagh jail I spent my time a British crime degraded me, but they could not see I'd suffer this to see Ireland free. Gibraltar was the place I died. McCann and Savage were by my side. I heard the order so loud and shrill of Thatcher's voice saying shoot to kill. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. Do not stand at my grave and cry while Ireland lives. I do not die while Ireland lives. I do not die.
Jackie, I remember your face from a far distant place. Yes, I did. Jackie, you were an innocent boy. Why did they destroy your future road to you? You came from a home of 9 sisters and 5 brothers. Up in the Craigan, you were my cousin. You worked with me brother Dustin named after me father. Died in springtime, tending looms. Jackie, you were just 17 when they shattered your dreams, and we never got over it. Jackie, you'd have found a good wife and had a wonderful life and raised your weans well. In 68, your mother Maureen, she died, and with Willie your father we cried. She was so very young. Her sister Dolly said if Maureen had survived, she'd have been in the coffin by your side. Your mother couldn't have coped. Jackie, you were good in the ring, 'cause that was your thing. You would have been a champion. Jackie, your nephew John did you proud. He's recognized by the crowd as fulfilling your ambitions. Your face is painted in murals down in the bog, and I pray to God that you'll not be forgotten. That day in 72, it's etched on our minds, the day that innocents died. They called it Bloody Sunday. Jackie, there were 13 others as well, more unfinished stories to tell. Jackie, 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 our Jackie, Jackie Duddy. On a summer's day in Derry in 2010, thousands gathered again, and the world had gone. The British government said sorry and admitted they're wrong. The clapping went on and on, the cheering went on and on. Jackie, your innocence was declared. Your family's voices were heard after 38 years. Jackie, now you can rest in peace. The false accusations have ceased. The truth has been set free. Paddy Doherty, Gerald Donaghy, Hugh Gilmore and Michael Kelly, Michael McDade, Kevin McElhenney, Bernard McGuigan and Gerald McKinney, William McKinney, William Nash, James Ray, John Johnston, John Young and Jackie Duddy.
Yeah, so Dougie Breslin there for you, the great Jerry Breslin of Pinger Band there for you with Jackie Duddy. Excellent song, very, very emotional song that one, so it is. And again, it just brings back again to the interview on Tuesday night there past with the families from the Ballymurphy massacre, airing, nailing, telling their stories, and hopefully they'll sort of get their day in court, just like the families of Bloody Sunday have had. Only it's took 50 years already, so I'm sure another few years won't mind. Like, see, Paddy J. Lohan says, what a great song, definitely. Tara McAllister, we heart there. Tara, great to see you. Have a yarn with you last Sunday. I've seen your pictures there from the big walk yesterday. I've seen even the Antrim football team were in, walking as well in the walk, were you? I've seen them put up on Facebook. Happy days. Fair play to you anyway for raising a few quid, definitely. So let's see. Beaver Snatcher says, yeah, one of the best songs ever, Roo, definitely. Right. Right, so Marty Heaney, so he just said, what did he say here on he says, right, Ro, while you were chatting to Bobby, your fans have started a Rebel podcast flute band. See, we already have a bass drummer, a say drummer, a triangle player. Right, so who's going to play the triangle? Tom player and a flag. See, I like the way you said flag. It's not a flag, it's a flag. A flag carrier. Oh, there you go. Ciara Griffin says, Wally and Danny, please. Oh, Ciara, I've already played it. So I have played Krista Coyle's version earlier on. So if there's anything else there, send it through. And I'll get it on for you. Right, so up next what we're going to do is, remember I said earlier on, we're going to do a couple of sort of new songs from a couple of new artists today. So a guy called Ray O'Brien, he sent me a song during the week. He says he is from Moon Coin in South Kilkenny, but he sort of now lives in Waterford City with his wife and 5 kids. So he's been playing music and sort of singing ballads all his life, and his sort of influences have been the Wolf Tones, Charlie and the Boys, Dubliners, all that kind of thing. So he wrote a song out about the hunger strikes. It's a totally original song. So the song is called Never Forget the Brave. So we'll go to this one here now for you. I'll just pause this YouTube video because it's still playing away there. So yeah, we're going to this one. This is Never Forget the Brave. So it is, and this is from Ray O'Brien. And I'll just make sure I have it ready to go here on the thing. Where's his email? Let's say 2 seconds. Right, so we're going to this is Ray O'Brien with Never Forget the 10, and it's already downloaded, so I think it's in the thing already. Here we go. Right, so yes. Oh, I'm just talking to myself. I thought I'll just say I have these 2 laptops here, right? So I'll make sure I was playing on the right laptop. So let's say Ray O'Brien, and it's called, again, just double checking, it is called Never Forget the Brave. So folks, we enjoy this. Folks, I had a listen to your night, and it is a very, very good song indeed.
In the year 81, northern troubles were rife. 10 brave young men, they went on hunger strike to oppose a British rule laid upon their land. From their H-block cells they fought and died for Ireland. We'll never forget, their lives were not in vain, for the cause of Irish freedom. All again, Bobby Sands and his comrades brave and true, they fought for Ireland and the likes of me and you. Never again will their likes be ever seen. The fight for Irish freedom, for the orange, white and green, to win over British rule, Maggie Thatcher's tyranny. They will be martyrs, the likes again we'll never see. We'll never forget, their lives were not in vain, for the cause of Irish freedom they would do it all again. Bobby Sands and his comrades brave and true, they fought for Ireland and the likes of me and you. The day will come, revenge will be made for those 10 brave young men who died in Ireland's name. Those cruel British forces, they will no longer claim our soil. Their 5 demands for freedom were heard throughout this emerald isle. forget their lives were not in vain. For the cause of Irish freedom, they would do it all again. Bobby Sands and his comrades brave and true, they fought for Ireland and the likes of me and you. Bobby Sands and his comrades brave and true, they fought for Ireland and the likes of me and you.
Yeah, so the Ray O'Brien there, folks. Feels, and never forget the Brave, that one. Fantastic song, original song written by Ray, so it is. So well done, mate, yes. Lots of nice comments there. Tara McCaster just said there as well. Thank you, actually talking about the big walk we done yesterday for suicide awareness. Thank you, amazing turnout, an unbelievable amount that was raised for a very, very worthy cause, definitely. James Devin McClave says, any chance of playing Sydney's Boys by the Rising Suns, please? I'll have a wee check at that there, James. I don't think I've actually heard that song. So I'll maybe see here on Spotify or on YouTube and see if I can get hold of it for you. Marty Kane obviously very angry when he's taking in caps here. He says, Ro, what about the ballad of Johnny Thompson, please, mate? Listen, we've 2 hours to go. Don't worry, I'm going to get it on for you. I already played one glass now and one earlier on, so make it this on for you. Don't worry, it'll be on. Right, Marty Heaney says, by the way, the band uniform is green, white and orange, mankinis and kilts, and you're drumming, Ro. Do we have a name for this here band yet, do we, Marty? Oh, on the clue, definitely. Right, so obviously talking about Damian Quinn earlier on, we were talking about him, obviously laid up in the house with the cast on and all the rest of it, and he can't do anything, so we're going to do a song now for you from Damian's album that he put together not long ago, actually, all for the hunger strikes. The album was called Song of the Lark. So this is Damian Quinn with Back Home in Terry, of course, song written by Bobby Sands, made famous by Christy Moore at the start, and then every other rebel singer, rebel band just basically put it out there. So here we go. This is Damian Quinn with the Back Home in Derry, folks, on Rebel Sundays. See, that's meant to play there, nice. What is going on here? Let's see. Oh, see this bloody day. This bloody day. So I think what I'm going to do here, right, so we'll just fill. What I'll do, right, obviously, I'll have to start this one again. So what I'll do is, I know Marty Kane was up in Johnny Thompson, right? So we'll do Glasnevin with Johnny Thompson. I'll just type it in here to Spotify and get it on for you. So give us 2 seconds now, Marty. J-O-H-N-I. See, I had a song lined up on this player here, but obviously this player isn't playing. H-O-M-P. Johnny Thompson song. Actually, we'll do is the glass now. I'm trying to find it here now, so see on Spotify when you want to find something, you can have buddy find it. PSONGLASNEV. Oh, Jesus Christ. Marty, see you. LASNEV. I can't even spell it, eh? Glasnevin. Glasnevin. Right, so let's see where I find their album there, right? A second. From this. Right, there we go. On the Victory. That's the album there. And where is Johnny Thompson? There it is. A ball of Johnny Thompson. It only took me 5 minutes to find there on Spotify. So Marty Kane, that's one spicy for you. But spicy because you were doing a bit of slobbering on the caps. So here we go. This better bloody play. There we go.
Oh, a young lad named John Thompson, from the west near 5 he came on a plane for Glasgow Celtic, and he built himself a name. On the 5th day of September, against the Rangers club he played. From the field he saved the Celtic. Oh, but what's the price he paid? Oh, the ball rolled to the center. John ran out and died. Well, the ball rolled on, but John lay still. For it's Columbus, hero died. I took out the road to Parkhead, to that dear old paradise. Oh, and as the players came out, sure the tears fell from my eyes. For a famous race was missing from a green and white brigade. They told me Johnny Thompson, his last game he had played. Farewell, my darling Johnny, Prince of players we must part. No more we'll stand and cheer you on the slopes of Celtic Park. Oh, the fans, they all are silent, and they travel near and far. No more they'll cheer Johnny Thompson, their bright and shining star. I saw play of Glasgow Celtic, stand up and play the game. But between you post there stands a ghost, Johnny Thompson is his name. And between you post there stands a ghost, Johnny Thompson is his name.
There we go, at the sound of Glasnevin there with the bottle of Johnny Thompson Spice for Marty Kane, mate, who asked for it on YouTube. Let's see, Dennis Gallagher says, can't hear it, keeps cutting out. I don't know what's going on. Dennis seems to be everything's playing okay. Everybody else seems to be listening to the show okay. But considering what's happened this afternoon, I have the mirror with the internet, like, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's still cutting out. But my apologies, mate. Maybe saying out, just close the stream and jump back in again. Because I can see the Facebook followers here on the Facebook watchers are dropping like flies through there. Jimmy Hunter on YouTube says, come on, bro, shout out for Jamie and Paul, Celtic through and through. Just talking about Celtic, folks, what the hell is going on? Honestly, see that with this, buddy, I thought it was a cert this week that Eddie Howe was going to be new manager. It was always going to be it's all going to be announced, and then like what the hell? And then they were fighting that this buddy Greek boy who is manager in China or Tokyo or something at the minute is going to be lined up. And see if it's announced that Kennedy and Strachan is going to be his assistants. There's going to be like not a few unhappy people at all, definitely. Oh Jesus Christ. Beaver Snatcher says, please don't ruin my week about talking about Celtic. I know, mate, okay, Beaver, I'll not talk about it again. Just playing that song where it sort of got me talking about it, but don't worry, I'm as upset as you, but definitely. Right, so this is the song where apparently he's a good manager. Well, he actually could be, Marty. Could be a good manager. He's won a lot of stuff. I mean, I suppose you look at Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe has won absolutely nothing. Devin McClave, we need a new manager as well. You're getting Roy Hodgson, so you are, James. I think he'd come back to the baggies, isn't he? Maybe you'll get Eddie Howe. Here, I don't know. Right, so this is Damian Quinn from his album Song of Lark. This is Back Home in Derry, the one I was meant to play before we played Johnny Thompson. So here we go. Christ tonight.
In 1803 we sailed out to sea, out from the sweet town of Derry. For Australia bound, if we didn't all drown, marks of our feathers we carried. The rusty iron chains we cried for winds. Good woman we left in sorrow. As the mainsails unfurled, our gushes we heard on the English anthems of tomorrow. At the mouth of the foil, bid farewell to the soil, as down below decks we were lying. Oh, the hurdy scream, woken out of a dream by a vision of old Robert dying. The sun burned cruel as we dished out the gruel. Down O'Connor was down with the fever. 60 rebels a day bound for Botany Bay. How many will reach the receiver? Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. I cursed them to hell as above fought the swell. The ship danced like a moth in the fire died. White horses rode high as the devil passed by, taking souls ahead is by twilight. 5 weeks out to sea, we were now 43, burying our comrades each morning. In their own slime we were lost in the time, singing endless nights out dawning. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Whoa, I wish I was back home in Derry. Van Diemen's Land is a hell for the man to end out your whole life in slavery, where the climate is raw and the gun makes the law. Neither wind nor rain can the bravery. 20 years are gone by, I've ended my bond. Comrades, ghosts walk behind me. A rebel I came and I'll die the same. On the cold winds of night you will find me. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry.
There we go, the bell diddler there, Damian Quinn from up in Newry. And again, Damian, get well soon, mate. Hopefully you're back on the road very, very soon. Seen them pictures of your hands this morning there, mate. They looked sore, to be honest. I think by look at your car last week, it was well mangled, but I think it was a big show on Jeep or someone that you hit head on with. Not surprised, like your car was in the shape it was like. So it was so that was somebody was looking at a wee Damian Quinn song. Let's see, Marty says it's a few people are saying about just going back to Celtic that Roy Keane and Damien Duff has been talking. I'd say that they're about a while ago. I would love to see that appointment. Like, to be honest, I mean, I think from Damien Duff left Celtic, they went downhill last year. Like, obviously when he went to Ireland, I thought like there was a real camaraderie in the team. The guys loved him when Duffer was there. Like, and I think Keane and him together could be like maybe that's what it is going to be. God knows. Sullivan 1916 says, "Ro, you doing my song or a Christy Moore? You doing my songs?" Or a Christy Moore ringing that bell. What songs you were looking for? Let me just let me know again, will you? So I can see. Let's see. Bridge McFarlane says, "I wish I was back home in Belfast. Can you play Billy Reid?" Listen, I played Billy Reid the last show. Obviously it was his anniversary that weekend, so I guess we request our bridge, and I'll see what we can do for you. Right, so let's see what I have lined up here next. Right, so Eamon Melly asked me for this one. Let's see, just looking where it is. Where are you? Eamon. We're on Spotify. Yeah, for what Ireland means to me. We'll go to this one here. And this here is from the Irish Brigade's album. Let's see what album it's from. It's from About Time, Volume 6. It's by Eamon Melly. So this will be the test of Facebook being cut off. Here we go.
Come all you lads and lassies, and listen close to me.
I'll tell to you the truth about a land that's dear to me. You've read it in the papers and you've seen it on TV, but I will spell it out to you what Ireland means to me. I is for internment of the innocent and free. R is for resistance to the laws of tyranny. E is for the English who have torn our land apart. L is for the love of freedom in every Irish heart. A is for the answer that we're all looking for. N is for one nation and an end to this long war. D is for the dreams of millions longing to be free. Well, that's how I spell Ireland. That's what Ireland means to me. This land was once respected for its saints and scholars true. Oh, but now the bomb and bullet, they are all that make the news. I know that it's confusing and so hard to understand, but I will make it clear to you by spelling Ireland. I is for internment of the innocent and free. R is for resistance to the laws of tyranny. E is for the English who have torn our land apart. L is for the love of freedom in every Irish heart. A is for the answer that we're all looking for. N is for one nation and an end to this long war. G is for the dreams of millions longing to be free. Well, that's how I spell Ireland. That's what Ireland means to me. Well, that's how I spell Ireland. That's what Ireland means to me.
There we go. So the Irish Brigade there for you. What Ireland means to me, especially for Eamon Melly at one, and Eamon again, mate, cheers, much appreciated there for the wee tip. You're a legend, so you are, folks. Yeah. So anybody else, if you don't think I've done such a too bad a job today, which that's probably uncalled for because it's been a shocker so far. But listen, if you want to throw a wee tip or donation into the show, please do. There's a wee QR code down there you can see. Just click on that there or scan your phone on it, or just go to paypal.me/DJ Rose Show on PayPal, or if you want to send something through like a wee bank transfer, which a couple people have done today already, you can do that to send me a wee PM and I'll give you the details, which thanks very much, folks. Right, so I say we had 2 CDs to give away with Bobby Fields' album Armagh Martyrs, right? So here we go. So we're going to get what we'll do is, now the last time I gave a CD away, there was a cram match on Facebook, there was a cram match on YouTube. So I sort of said this is what's going to be happening, right? So I'm going to give a question, right? And whoever the first person to answer on my screen, that's either on. So listen, what we'll go do is, right. So we'll make it fair. We'll give one CD away on Facebook and one CD away on YouTube, right? So because I know there's people listening on Facebook and aren't on YouTube, and there's people watching YouTube aren't on Facebook, right? So as we were still on Facebook at the minute, right? We'll go do the competition first for Facebook. Right? So anybody that's listening on Facebook, this question is just for users, right? So if you're watching on YouTube, do not answer the question and go do your question in the next hour for Bobby's CD, right? So here we go. So this is for the question, right? On Facebook for a copy of Bobby Fields' CD, right? So here we go. You might have listened to the interview near the end of it, right? So what do me and Bobby Fields have in common? We both what, right? So for Facebook only, right? What do me and myself and Bobby Fields have in common? We both what? So let's see if he's been listening. Armagh, what the hell are you on about, James? You're not listening to the question, right? So this is for Facebook only, right? I'm looking, so what do me and Bobby Fields have in common? If you listen to the interview, you'll know this here. Right, you're sort of right? You're sort of right there, James. You're on the right track, but not yet, right? So what do no, we're not both DJs. Yes, D McRae is the winner. We're both drummers. So we did both play in a flute band, but we're both drummers. So the winner is D McRae. Okay. So folks, if anybody wants to say they got the question before D or whatever, I'm going by what I seen on my screen first. Okay. So that is the new rules. So I don't want nobody PM me going, but look, send me screenshots. I was before him. I'm going by what I have on my screen, okay? So D McRae, you're the winner. Yes, we both played the drum in a flute band. So that's it, okay? So yes, you all had the question, right? We both played in the band, both played in the Republican flute band, but the thing we both had in common was both drummers, right? So D McRae is the winner. So D, please send me a PM, will you? With your name and address on, and I'll get it sent off to Bobby, right? And he'll get you a CD posted out. So well done. So there you go. Jesus Christ. Right, so for Son of Iron 1916, you asked for this one. He's pestering me here for it. Here we go. This one's especially for you. The brilliant Liam Lappin, who's a good friend of mine, good friend of the show as well. And of course, having played in O'Neill Alsop flute band for many years. Jim O'Neill, Robert Alsop, two members of the Fianna Earn when they were killed. So this is spicy for you. This is the Flag of the Fianna from Liam Lappin on Rebel Sundays, folks.
Why yonder green hill flies the flag of the Fianna. In the silence the scouts seem to go to and fro. Night shades are creeping, soon the slough I'll be sleeping. In the tents close by where the cannon fires low. Royal Meath is awakened from the long silent slumber. The of today will inspire the sea. Hark to the trial, oh what a triumph, as they march o'er the mountains in columns of green. Scouts of the Fianna advance o'er the nation. May every home greet you with joy and delight. May God give you strength for to love Him and Ireland. And when the day comes, give you courage to fight. So to all Ireland's youth of today and tomorrow, don't let our comrades' deaths be in vain. yourself loyal to the struggle for freedom. And one day we'll send all the Saxons back home. And one day we'll send all the Saxons back home.
This song is about a young man from West Belfast who was interned twice in the early 70s. He was arrested again while on active service in 1976, along with his comrade Bobby Sands. He was sentenced to 14 years in jail, and upon entering the Haze blocks, he joined his comrades on the blanket protest. On the 9th of May 1981, he commenced his hunger strike following the death of a young Bobby Sands who passed away on the 5th of May. After 61 days on hunger strike, he too passed away as he gave up his life for the rights of Irish freedom. He was a great Irishman, volunteer, a family man. This song was written by Brian Warfield of the Wolf Tones, a song dedicated to the memory of volunteer Joe McDonnell.
Oh, my name is Joe McDonnell, from Belfast town I came. That city I will never see again. For in the town of Belfast I spent many happy days. I love that town in oh so many ways. For it's there I spent my childhood, and I found for me a wife. I then set out to make for her a life. But all my young ambitions met with bitterness and hate, and I found myself inside this prison gate. And you dare to call me the terrorist while you look down your guns. When I think of all the deeds that you've done, you've plundered many nations, you've divided many lands, and you've terrorized my people. You ruled with your iron hand, and you brought this reign of terror to my land. Through those many months internment in the Maidstone and the Cash, I thought about my land throughout those days. Why my country it was divided, why I was now in jail, imprisoned without crime or without trial. And although I love my country, I am not a bitter man, but I've seen cruelty and injustice at close hand. In one cold and faithful morning, I shook for freedom's hands, and right or wrong, I tried to free my land. And you dare to call me the terrorist while you look down your guns. When I think of all the deeds that you have done, you have plundered many nations, you've divided many lands, and you've terrorized my people. You ruled with an iron hand, and you brought this reign of terror to my land.
And one cold October's morning, I was trapped in a lion's den, and I found myself imprisoned once again. I was committed to the edge blocks for 14 years or more, and on the blankets the conditions really were poor. And then a hunger strike we did commence for the dignity of man, but it seemed to me that no one gave a damn. But now I am a saddened man as I watch my comrades die. If only people they cared or wondered why. And you dare to call me the terrorist while you look down your guns, when I think of all the deeds that you have done. You have plundered many nations, you've divided many lands, and you've terrorized my people. You ruled with an iron hand, and you brought this reign of terror to my land. Oh my God, shine on you, Bobby Sands, for the courage that you've shown, and may your glory and your fame be widely known. And brave Francis Hughes and Ray McCreesh, who died unselfishly, and Patsy O'Hara, the next in line it's me. And to those who lie behind me, oh, may your courage be the same. And I pray to God our lives is not in vain. But sad, bitter was the year of 1981. All is not lost.
There we go. Loads of requests for that song. Or if he's Joe McDonald from Marty Higgins again. Marty had a great set there last Sunday at the big Rebel Drive-In on Clonturk in County Tyrone. So he did. So I thought Facebook was surprised you're still on Facebook at the minute. We're still here, fingers crossed. But I thought a lot of people want us to cut off so we can get the 18 Brits on. So we can. So yeah, just listen. Loads of people asked her for Joe McDonald's Hot One Spice Fusions. Jerry and Breed had a wee bit of a ding dong here. Jerry, listen, I played Ray McCreesh. I've seen that the one you were looking to play. I did play a version of it, so I'm sorry, I'm not going to be doing another one. But Breed says, you already played My Name is Ray McCreesh, you goat, but not Sean's version. That was a bit harsher, so it was Breed. God's sake. Right, so just looking up here on on YouTube, we seem to have our good friend Beaver Snatcher, Dave over in Scotland. He must be in the garden and he has the music pumped up, but he has an old Sevco cream bun neighbour, so hopefully his old neighbour is listening to the show this afternoon. So this one's spicy for you, mate. For Dave, this one's spicy for your neighbour next door, mate. Hopefully he'll turn around and give you the fingers. So that good enough for you, Beaver? There we go. For all our zombie loving friends listening today, 55 titles my arse. How about one title? Here's gobshites. There we go. Spicy for Beaver's neighbour over in Glasgow. who's listening to the show this afternoon. Now, see, I'm a real cross-community DJ host, aren't I? Listen to that one this afternoon. Right, so that's it anyway. So I was Joe McDonald there for all using to ask for it a few years. I'd asked for it on Facebook and YouTube. So, James had asked for this one here, and I just can't really listen to it. And that's not a bad song, so it isn't. So we're going to do this one. This is for James Devon McClave, who asked for this one. This is Sydney's Boys by the Rising Suns. I've heard of that band, the Rising Suns, but never really heard any of their stuff. So I got hold of this here song on YouTube there. So this one for you, James. Hope you enjoyed, mate. And again, as usual, thanks very much for the wee tip today. Much appreciated. So we have to keep our regular fans happy, you know. So this is Sydney's Boys from the Rising Suns, folks, here on Rebel Sundays. It's basically for James Devon McClave here at 5 o'clock, folks. Get me your requests in. Any more songs you just want, and we'll see what we can do for you.
'Twas on the 25th of May 1921. Patrick clocked off on his break, there was real work to be done. The IRA battalion met at 1 or thereabouts. The order came down from the top to torch the custom house. Paddy was 27, and Stephen just 19. Two brothers born and bred for the wearing of the green. Their father dead, their brothers all interned or on the run. Tans were raiding mother's house, trying to find the guns. Glory-o, glory-o, glory-o. Paddy said to keep away with justice on his mind. Stephen found a bag of bombs, he couldn't stay behind. As schoolboys they were sure of England's evil ways to learn. Those who suffer violence are violent in return. They came from tenement houses, they wore no uniforms. The police guard was soon disarmed as through the doors they stormed. Sean Doyle kissed his baby's head, that morn he kissed his wife. He didn't know that kiss would be the last one of his life. Glory-o, glory-o. Glory-o, glory-o. Paddy saw young Stephen, said, what did you come here for? To light the flame of freedom, brother, we won't be slaves no more. For all the cruelty, death and ruin brought into our land. With Pearson, Ash and Barry and McSweeney I must stand. Young men wore revolvers, some held petrol tins. Files were pulled from presses and soaked in paraffin. Office clerks sprayed on the floor, the fire was raging wild. Oh, what a fine inferno, boy. Glory-o, glory-o, on we go. Glory-o, glory-o. Windows smoked like chimneys, the castle soon got word. Sent armoured cars and tenders and machine guns by the score. Dan Head was there at Durrance to attack them with grenades. A boy of only 17, he was killed in the fusillade. The custom house caretaker, Frank Davis was his name. He thought about his family, his quarters catching flame. He ran out on the rooftop and signalled to the town. A shotgun blasted through his chest, the harp against the crown. Glory-o, glory-o, on we go. Glory-o, glory-o, up in smoke. The Emerald Dome was spitting flames over Dublin town. The fire brigade arrived to help the custom house burn down. The smoke was filling every room, Patrick covered his mouth. He held his pistol tight, his time was running out. He dashed across the cobblestone, the cross hung on his breast. A couple of point-blank bullets sent him to his eternal rest. A gunshot made of hatred was the way young Stephen died. The city coroner called it justifiable homicide. Glory on the green flag around me, boys. The sky were far more sweet. Glory with hair and noble emblem poised to be my winding sheet. Oh, Sydney, when you went to identify your son. And cruel fate struck you, there were two instead of one. The bitter pangs of grief stayed forever by your side. Was it really worth the honour and the glory that they died? 100 years since Sidney Riley lost her sons to war, and filled their days with dreams and prayers they'd meet again once more. So long forgotten soldiers, tell me, was it love or hate, or something in the air that led you to that awful fate? Glory, oh, glory, oh, on we go. Glory, oh, glory, oh, up in smoke.
There we go, spicy for James Devin McClave, that one there. I think not a Bobby song. There's Sydney's Boys there for you from the Rising Suns on Rebel Sundays, folks, on Facebook and YouTube. Myself, Roe here. So it's good to be back. My apologies, didn't get to do the show last week. There was a few unhappy people. I think a few of you all missed the chat and the banter here. But folks say needs must go on, and I wasn't going to give up at their gig there last week. It was great crack. So again, cheers to Jared Glacken and the Irish Brigade for having me on board. Really, really enjoyed it. Right, so we're having just talking about Beaver's mate here over in Scotland says, yep, they're still trying to convince themselves they're the same club. Right, so we haven't done any Kathleen Largy in a way, folks. We'll go to this one here for you. So this is Kathleen Largy with our lads from Crumlin Jail. See, we're still on Facebook at the minute. So, yep, just looking, we're still here. James says, great new song with old times. Breeds McFarlane was looking, Hughes lives on forever. Yes, I'll get that on for you within the next maybe 15-20 minutes. Breeds not a problem. So again, folks, if you are enjoying the show today, we'll seem to sort of so you take 1 week off, just takes you a few hours to get back into the swing of things. So it does. If you are enjoying the show today, folks, you can put a wee tip in or just a donation towards the show. It's at paypal.me/DJ Rose Show, or you can see the wee QR code down there. Just scan your phone on it and it'll bring you straight to the PayPal, or if you want, just go on to send me PM and I'll send you the bank details if you want to do a bank transfer, which a lot of people have done. So this is, here we go, moving on. This is Kathleen Largy with a flying column with our lads from Crumlin Jail.
Played its part, though the day has still to come. We've never yet lost heart, for we'll fight it out until the end. We'll fight for big melody. We know we'll win, although they have our lads in and sharp strand. They're inside those grey walls. No fear had they for razor arms, and threat has no avail. But that's another reason why they keep our lads in Crumlin Jail. Keep on the fight, you volunteers, for God is on our side. Jail can't break a spirit brave, they just as soon have died. For England knows and England hates the fearless Northern Gales, and that's another reason why they keep our lads in Crumlin Jail. And that's another reason why they keep our lads in Crumlin Jail.
We're still here, folks. I was just checking. I was buffering really, really badly, so it was on on YouTube. But here we go. Right, this is right. Beaver Snatcher says, "Hugh, with all the tips we gave, you think we would have decent Wi-Fi by now?" Joking, Row. You're gonna kick in the plums, Beaver. I see you in December. Son of Ern says, most wanted man in the North Row. Thanks very much, Macara. Folks, well, hopefully tomorrow the new upgraded Wi-Fi is going in the house here, so it is. So hopefully that's going to be our problems sorted out. Breeds McFarlane says, keep freezing Facebook and YouTube up there. Yeah, it's just I think my internet here today breeds my apologies. I see it is buffering really bad, but hopefully we'll saunter through. Can't be easy, folks. Say my apologies. It's this shit happens, and there's nothing I can do about it. So isn't it? Just says it says buffering badly, but that's internet for you, I'm trying to do a live show, but it's still on. Martin Heaney says, "Ro, please tell Elaine that dinner is ready to serve if she wants to come out of the sun or come out to the sun." Are you serving dinner out al dente out the sun? Elaine, dinner ready? Elaine, so come on in out of the sun and you can go and get your dinner inside. Telling you have to keep up, man. So you do. Right, so listen. So we'll go to this one here. Hopefully if Al Beaver's mate is still listening next door to him over in Buckyland, as they say. If we haven't got knocked off Facebook, surely this one here definitely will get us knocked off Facebook, because I think it's probably about time. So for Dave's mate over in Scotland, this one's spicy for you. I have to say this, the party I done in Lurgan last week, this was definitely the song of the night. I think I played this one for the second last, well, probably the last song, and they went absolutely buck mad for it. And here we go. So say, I know I always say when we play the original Irish Brigade song, there's nothing like the real thing, but Gary Ogue laid the Brazen Head, and our Ogue laid the Brazen Head definitely come up with a close second behind Jerry Glaggins. Here we go. For Beaver's mate, hopefully this here one perks you up your land in the garden today.
The Sound Song.
Well, I have been a promo for 15 years or more. A Marmalites and Mordecai, I thought I knew the score. But now we have a weapon we've never used before. The Brits are looking worried, and I'm going to worry more. Chucky sing up the rock, up the rock, up the rock. Sam Messiahs in the sky. When I started out with petrol bombs and throwing bricks and stones, with 100 more lads like me, I never was alone. And soon I learned that bricks and stones would drive the Brits away. It wasn't very long before that I joined the IRA. Chucky sing up the rock, up the rock, up the rock. Some Messiahs in the sky. In the year of 71, the Brits thought we were beaten, but we were on the run. And that early August morning, they picked an our back door. For every man they took away, how many did they miss? They missed 100 more. Chucky sing up the rock, up the rock, up the rock. Messiahs in the sky. Well, I spent 8 years in the cages, playing time to think and plan. On the holy lots away a boy, I walked out a man. There's only one thing that I learned, well, and that's that I learned. The Brits will never leave us until when? Until they're blown away. Chucky sing up the rock, up the rock, up the rock. Some in the sky. And all through the days of hunger strike I watch my comrades die. But in the streets of Belfast you can hear the women cry. I can't forget the massacre at Friday at Loughball. Salute my fallen comrades. As I watch the choppers fall, Chucky Arla, sing up the wrong, up the wrong, who up the wrong, Sam Messiah in the sky, Chucky Arla, sing up the wrong, up the wrong, up the wrong, Sam Messiah. Ski
In Ireland many years ago, or so the legend says, St. Patrick roamed the hills and glens to drive the snakes away. But now we have another saint, that's bad news for the crown. His name is One Shot Paddy, and it's Brits that he will hound. The Brits are getting worried, they've all gone underground. If One Shot Paddy sees them, they know they're going down. So the next time that you see the Brits with their faces full of fright, watch out for One Shot Paddy, or his friend called Eamon right. Through the hills of South Armagh, this gallant hero roams. He'll wander to the countryside, he likes to call his home. And when he finds a target, he will quietly take us in. It is then that you will hear the crack, and the Brits know who's to blame. The Brits are getting worried, they've all gone underground. If One Shot Paddy sees them, they know they're going down. So the next time that you see the Brits with their faces full of fright, watch out for One Shot Paddy, or his friend called Eamon right. So if you're in your home at night and a newsflash it is read, your man from South Armagh's at work, another soldier dead. And when it comes to celebrate St. Patrick's Day cheer, remember One Shot Paddy and the gallant IRA. The Brits are getting worried, they've all gone underground. If One Shot Paddy sees them, they know they're going down. So the next time that you see the Brits with their faces full of fright, watch out for One Shot Paddy, or his friend called Eamon right. The Brits are getting worried, they've all gone underground. If One Shot Paddy sees them, they know they're going down. So the next time that you see the Brits with their faces full of fright, watch out for One Shot Paddy, or his friend called Eamon right. Watch out for One Shot Paddy, or his friend called Eamon right.
There we go, so a brilliant Justice there for you, One Shot Paddy. And before that, the brilliant Earl with the Sam song with Live at the legendary album Live at the Brazen Head. Fantastic, folks. I urge you, if you have maybe a spare hour, get on the YouTube and check out the documentary. They made fair play to Coach, done a great job about that album, the making of that album. Earl Live the Brazen Head, fantastic. So it is a lot of work around to it. So fair play to you. Yeah, a lot of people. Keep saying it. 18 Brits. Listen, we're not off Facebook yet. I can't play it. I'll wait till we get. I'm sure. Well, we actually might last the whole of Facebook today. I'll definitely get his bloody band off Facebook. So well, Celine says, "Ro, take a drink." I did just get another water in the mirror and I, so I'll have Celine. So I was getting a bit excited there. That's something that their song just does that there today. So it does. Let's see. Right, hold on a second. Just got a message here. I'll have to look at this here because Dave, who is obviously listening on where's the message center inbox, who listens in here on YouTube, we're obviously waiting his neighbour up there, so I'm just looking to see what he sent me in here. Hold on a second. Right, he says this is what my neighbour sees. Right, a minute, that's not bloody loading up. I'll try and get it on my phone instead. What mind? Well, there's no photographs come through, is it, Dave? Is it? I can't see it. Or is there? You go on, you boy, ye. What's that? Is that you're drinking whiskey and iron brew or something? Or is that there's some kind of whiskey in it? There you go, Dave. Fair play, maybe a bit of crack. Waiting the neighbours up anyway today in the day like this, so it is. Right, so somebody asked me to play Billy Reid earlier on there on YouTube. So we'll do it now for you. This time we're going to do the Spirit of Freedom version. So for who asked for it, here we go. This is the Battle of Billy Reid on Rebel Sundays, folks, with Spirit of Freedom. So we got another hour to go for you here at 5 o'clock, so we'll get a few more requests in. And again, folks, getting a few more tips in the wee jar there today. My children are dancing. We're running out of food and milk. I'm only joking, no. Folks, yeah, but listen, if you are enjoying the show, fair wee tip or donation in goes a long, long way. I'm looking at, as James said it on, looking at this new bit of kit to make the podcast maybe sound and look a bit better, but it's about 500, 600 quid. And I definitely do not have the money for that there, especially with a new Baba on the way. I definitely do not have that kind of money. So if you can get a wee something in, the donation and tip and make towards it in the pot to get one of these here new yokes, these road podcaster pro things. Terry Craney says plastic balls. I thought I played it and all. Right, I'll get that on for you, Terry. My apologies. Right, here we go. So this is Spirit of Freedom with the Battle of Billy Reid.
I'll sing you a song of a terrible wrong. When the flags they all blew at half mast, when the man he lay dead, he was riddled with lead, and he died on the streets of Belfast. And the radio said, there's another shot dead, and he died with the gun in his hand. And it never said why Billy Reid had to die, for he died to free Ireland. It happened one day when the bold IRA went out to fight for our land. Well, an old Thompson gun put the Brits on the run and returned to their home with their plan. And the radio said, there's another shot dead, and he died with a gun in his hand. And it never said why Billy Reid had to die, or he died to free Ireland. While returning the gun, Billy met British hands, and when the fight had begun, his position was dire when his gun wouldn't fire, so he died with the old Thompson gun. And the radio said, there's another shot dead, and he died with the gun in his hand. And it never said why Billy Reid had to die, or he died to free Ireland. And he died with a gun in his hand. And it never said why Billy Reid had to die, or he died to free Ireland. Although he lay dead, he was kicked in the head by the hair, they dragged him around. And they still fear him yet, but they'll never forget how brave Billy Reid stood his ground. And the radio said, there's another shot dead, and he died with the gun in his hand. And it never said why Billy Reid had to die, or he died to free Ireland. If you think he was right, come and join in our fight and help to free Belfast. For the blood Billy shed, we will never forget. In our hearts his memory will live. And the radio said, there's another shot dead, and he died with the gun in his hand. And it never said why Billy Reid had to die, or he died to free Ireland. me home to Mayo, across the Irish Sea. Home to dear old Mayo, where once I roamed so free. Saw my people suffering, I swore I'd break the chain. I raised a flag in England, prepared to fight or die. Far away from Mayo, beneath an Irish sky. Take me home to Mayo, across the Irish Sea. Home to dear old Mayo, where once I roamed.
Yeah, it's in the spirit of Freddie folks, the ball of Billy Reid sneaking in there. Take me home to Mayo as well, there for you folks. This is Rebel Sundays. And that was especially for Breeze McFarlane, last for Billy Reid for that one there for you. Yeah, Rebel Sundays, folks, on the Rebel podcast. Multi-streaming live on Facebook at the minute. We're still on Facebook this time of the day on a Sunday. Absolute bonkers. And we're live on YouTube as well. That's good banter going on, folks. I really do appreciate it. So all he is that they've got tickets so far for the big fans gathering coming up in December, folks. So what I'm going to be doing so there's a lot of people have asked me to keep tickets back for them. So what I'm going to do in another 2 weeks, I'm going to be going around delivering all them ones, so obviously you can get the money in. So I had someone saying, "Can you help me?" Whatever, and then they're going, "Oh, I don't want to go now." So I just have them in, so I'll know how many I have left, and then we're going to put a few more online for sale. So anybody that's bought ones online, they'll be all getting posted out to you in about a month's time. So don't worry, your name and address is all down there. Have all your payments, so don't worry. So I think we're looking about maybe 80 tickets left, folks, for it out of the 250. So yeah, but 80 tickets left. So it's going to be a very, very good crowd, and hopefully it will be sold out when it comes to it of the December. So really looking forward to putting a face to the name to all you folks that are tuning in every week, watching on YouTube and stuff. Be good crack. Right, Derek Delaney says, "Rogue, to please play Terrorist or Dreamer from A Wife of Val by Beck McFarland, as loves this and told her she's coming to Derry in August. Thanks." Listen, I played it on my last show there. But for so other song, folks, is of course on my CD, Revs for Hope, the album. So if anyone haven't got it yet, jump over to my Big Cartel merchandise site. There's a good few CDs left there. So there's unfortunately no USBs left. I am sort of thinking about getting a few more in, because I'm getting loads of requests for copies of USB again. But there's a good few CDs there. If you haven't got it, folks, it's a great album. Right, so a few people had asked. I'm not getting into this here, Hugh, so that went me up today. So, right, Terry Craney had asked me to play Plastic Bullets, and obviously Ciara Griffin said I can play a bit of Cruncher. So we're killed two birds with one stone here. We're going to do this one here, and this is from Cruncher's brilliant album, Irish Ballads from Terry O'Neill. So this is Belfast Streets, also known as Plastic Bullets, from the legend who is Terry Cruncher O'Neill, especially for Ciara and for Terry. He asked for it as well. So here we go. If you'd probably play the day, come on. There we go.
On Belfast streets I've heard it said, they're shooting at all children dead, taking life hardly become plastic bullets from their guns. And he won't be kept down easy. Carol, 12 years of age, shot down by Brits in Bloody Ridge. We Julie Livingstone as well fell victim to their plastic eyes. And he we won't be kept down easy. We will not be still. We won't be kept down easy. I'm rolling, baby, girl. They tried to drag us from our streets. Why take a life so young and sweet? Do they not know we'll not be beat? Their violence is their own defeat. And we won't be kept down easy. We will not be still. We won't be kept down easy up the road of Maine. They tried to make us toe their line by using every type of crime, but freedom won't be terrorized. For freedom's struggle criminalized. And we won't be kept down easy. We will not be still. We won't be kept down easy up the road, baby girl. And we won't be kept down easy. We will not be still. We won't be kept down easy up the road, baby girl. Up the road, baby girl. Up the road.
There is the legendary Terry Cruncher O'Neill, folks, for you, with Belfast Streets, Plastic Ball, Spicy for Terry, that one, also for Kira as well. Kira says, love Cruncher, he played at my daughter's 18th birthday, and what a night it was. Only supposed to play for 2 hours, ended up doing 3, LOL, brilliant voice of a legend he is. Yeah, I spelled a bit of pain bump myself, or bumper, Cruncher. Got to actually play with his band, play the cajon with his band in Bundoran a few years ago, which was literally, when you're expecting Cruncher just goes off in his own world and you're trying to keep up with him, playing like a different beat, and he's going, where are you going with this? What are you doing here? Like, but of course he's a legend, and plus I got to sit down with him for a couple of hours and do the podcast interview with him up in the Raddies, which was a fantastic interview indeed. He really opened up a lot of things that didn't think he would have, and fair play to Terry Cruncher for that one. Really appreciate it. So it's still out there on SoundCloud, folks, if any is want to listen to that one with Cruncher. Let's see, so Hugh and Beaver seem to be, what is saying here? What are you saying here? Beaver Snatcher says, Martin Rowe won't read out our comments. You can't take the slag and Beaver. What's, see the shit you're talking? You're talking just a bit of too much shit for my legging. Let's see. Breeder says, he's the only fucker I know who goes out the back doing what he does, and then comes back in with a bottle of Peroni. Garmin milk to our friend Billy Reid, not a problem. Oh, Jerry's getting a bit of grief today, so he is. Breed's gone, leave the man alone, would you? So James Dan McClavid said, could I play the was it the One-Legged Wonder? He was looking for the Pepe Rooney song. Listen, we've already played a few Damian Quinn songs today already, and I say we're probably going to have to play a Team Brits at some stage later. Right, so obviously we're going to give now away the shout out to Amy Rafferty. There you go. From Jimmy Hunter says, shout out to Jimmy Rafferty listening today on Facebook. Not a problem. Right, so we'll have the other Bobby Fields Rebel album to give away now, folks. Okay, so we do. So here we go. This is for the YouTube viewers only. Actually, we've already given away the CD on. We've already given away the CD on Facebook. So if you're listening on Facebook, don't answer the question. Don't put an answer in. This is just for YouTube only. And this is usually Let's see. Martin says, yep, Jesus Rowe, we missed you, and we're just catching up in the crack. Right, so this is the stage where Marty Heaney usually does a bit of crying and whinging and moaning, so he does. But I'm sure it's all a bit of crack. Right, so we're going to give away the other CD now, Bobby's brand new album. Okay, folks. So for YouTube viewers only now, this is for YouTube only. The first person that I see on my screen, Marty Heaney says, good luck everyone. I'm not in this week. Right, so the first person I seen on my screen with the right answer, so none of this here, I was before him or he before me, blah, blah, blah. The first person that I see on my screen, that's who it goes to, right? So here we go. So for YouTube viewers only, right? Bobby Fields' brand new album, right? What do you call the album? What is the album called, right? There you go. What is the name of Bobby Fields' brand new album? What is the name of his album? You're close, James, but no cigar. Sure, it's not Armagh, that's Raban. So what is the name of Bobby Fields' brand new album? Eamon Melly is the winner. You go, Eamon, Armagh Martyrs. So well done, Eamon. You are the winner, mate. So Elaine, Eamon just got in there just in front of us, we did. So Eamon Melly is the winner. So well done, Eamon. Going to by my screen now, as I say, folks. So if anyone's want to say, but I was in front of him. Look up on my screen. It's what's on my screen. She's all flying in now, right? So there you go. The winner is Eamon Melly down Only Town there. Eamon, well done to yourself. So if you can just send me through your address and stuff for a minute, and I'll get the CD post. I'll get Bobby to get the CD posted out to you, Mucker, okay? Beaver, I'm disabled. I win. Well done, Neil. You see, there's congratulating Eamon. Well done. So Eamon Melly, you're the winner of the second Bobby Fields album today. Of course, the album is called Armagh Martyrs. And let's just see on Facebook. Did anybody there's Jerry. He's typing in the. I says, don't if you're listening on Facebook, don't put the answer in because this is for YouTube only. And of course, Jerry's Wood stuff obviously wasn't listening. Bruna Steele plays the drums. Well, Bruna, that was the question for the last one. So it was on Facebook, but not for YouTube. But here, I'm glad you're listening anyway. Right, so we're going to move on now. This is another song that was sent in to me during the week, folks. A guy called Graham Keating, just a bog standard guy, lives in Dublin, so he does. And he wouldn't be a guy who sings in bars and stuff, just plays the guitar in the house. And obviously this song here, it's not massive, that great quality. It was just recorded in his kitchen, so it was, but it's a cracking tune. Obviously all about the hunger strike, so it was. And I told Graham I was give it a wee play. So this one here, say it's called let's see a second. It's called Summer of Tears, and this is a Graham Keating original song. Graham Keating from County Dublin. So, mate, glad to play it. There's a cracking tune. Well done on writing it. So, this one for you, mate. So, folks, again, well done, Eamon Melly, on winning the Bobby's Folk and Rebel CD. Of course, the album is called Armagh Martyrs. So, that'll be on its way to you this week. So, this is Summer of Tears from Graham Keating, folks. And say this is recorded on Graham's kitchen. It's not great quality, but I'd say it's raw and loud and say an original song. So, we're going to give it a wee spin. Here we go. Graham Keating, Summer of Tears on Rebel Sundays, folks.
Michael Devine, Thomas McAwee, Kieran Doherty, Kevin Lynch, Martin Borson, Joe McDonald, Patsy O'Hara, Raymond McCreesh, Francis Hughes, and our very own MP, Bobby Sands. Brave men gave their lives, so 26 plus 6 could equal 1. Such a cruelty of life for all of mankind. From Bobby Sands to Michael Devine, for 10 men to die, we will all ask you why. Maggie Thatcher, you bitch, why did you let them die? That was the summer of tears in 19 plus 6 could he go home. When I sing all my songs about those comrades who've gone, I'm keeping their spirits alive through a song. Cause their bravery and strength, their courage and their pride, of those courageous 10 you would rather have died. That was a summer of tears in 1981, when brave men gave their lives, so 26 plus 6 could he go on. So I plead to my nation, please never forget of all their fallen in the chorus who suffered cruel deaths. Cause they died for a cause that was true to their hearts. A united Ireland's what we wanted from the start. That was a summer of tears in 1981, when brave men gave their lives, so 26 plus 6 could he go on. That was a summer of tears in 1981, when brave men gave their lives, so 26 plus 6 could he go on.
Okay, Carja, Vulture over G, Rosie Joseph Shaw and Yara. I'm going to kick the evening off with the Irish Brigade song, one wrote by the famous Jerry Glacken, one called Ambush at Clonard. Here's a song for young lives lost before their time, for daring lads cut down in their prime, in a land that longs for freedom and for peace. It's a prayer that all the heartache soon would cease. Sometimes it's hard to find the words to say, when the cut's so deep the pain won't go away. How much longer must we struggle, mourn and pray, till we see the light of freedom's dawning day? In their boyhood years these lads learned at first hand, they were only second class in their own land, stopped and searched by police each time they walked the streets, and degraded by each foot patrol they'd meet. To those RUCN soldiers it was fun to intimidate our children with their guns, but there's some young folk who won't take any more, and there's some that want to even up the score. Barry O'Donnell was a thorn in England's side, and he led his volunteers with dauntless pride. Sean O'Farrell stood beside him all the while, and we never will forget his roguish smile. Countless times in action these pair played their part, though they couldn't hold them broke the soldier's hand. But those lads knew they lived on borrowed time, but they'd make their mark before they crossed the line. In Coal Island Square that February night, how the sentries in the barracks all took fright, for on the lorry coming straight ahead was a unit of the East Tyrone Brigade. From that lorry's back the Irish flag flew high, and the big machine gun pointed at the sky. And when Barry with that gun began to shoot, how the Brits they launched their transfers to Beirut. As the tracer bullets split the barrack wall, No volunteers, they showed no fear at all. As the lorry drove away, the people cheered, little knowing that their cries would soon be tears. It was the boldest deed that little town had known in all the years of struggle in Tyrone. But it was the saddest night that town had come to know, for the SAS lay waiting at Clonoe. It was not until they had the big gun done, our volunteers thought they were safe and sound, at the SAS they opened up from every side, and on that killing ground 4 brave lads died. We lost both Peter Clancy on that night, a volunteer who scorned Britannia's might. Young Paddy Vincent died there by his side. He lost his life for what he thought was right. We salute you, Barry Peter, Paddy Sean. Though you've left us, your memory will live on. For to the crown the knee you'd never bend, and you were bold and fearless to the end. So come all of you who love your native land, for peace and freedom we'll march hand in hand. Our 4 volunteers have not been lost in vain. From the ashes we will build our land again. Let me hear you. Come all of you who love your native land, for peace and freedom we'll march hand in hand. Our 4 volunteers have not been lost in vain. From the ashes we will build our land again. From the ashes we can build our land again. I wish I could know there.
Well, here, sort of Fergal and Sticks there with Planksty Folk from their album called Live and Rosie Joe's in Derry. They're a fantastic album, really well put together, that album. So it is. Now there's of course Jerry Glacken's song, the Ambush of Clonoe. So it is. Hold on a second, just looking at the Facebook feed here. We're still on here. So yeah, before there one there as well, folks. We had a cracking tune there from Graham Keating, and say he's not would be a singer in bars. He just sort of writes his own stuff and sings in the house. So that was a cracking tune. He read about the hunger strikes there, Summer of Fears. So well done, Graham. Absolutely fantastic song. So it is, mate. Yeah, so our 2 winners were Eamon Malley won this Bobby's Rebel and Folk CD on YouTube, and Dee McRae won the CD on Facebook. So well done to the 2 of you, sir. Hopefully that'll shut Marley Heaney up for a while now, so it will. There's Sean Paul McFarlane on. He says he's down. He's in a bad way. He's going to get ready, headed for round number 3. You can do it, Sean Paul. I'm telling you can do it, son. There's Remy JP on. All right, everybody from Paisley. What's the crack, Jack? Josephine Tuberty says, Ro, thank you. My all-time favourite song. What one there? Is that their Ambush of Clonoe? Your favourite song, is it, Josephine? There you go. And Marty Heaney still hasn't even brought the dinner at the Alien yet. Marty, what have you been doing? You've been cooking from like 7 o'clock this morning. What's going on? Derek Delaney says, Ro, Val's and me are here. She would love you to play Mick McLaughlin from Dublin. Brilliant busker on the streets of Henry Street. He's great. Played Peter Brown's any Luke Kelly song. Thanks. Listen, I was looking to play a few of his songs before, but the thing is, he's a lot of the stuff's all recorded out in the street, and it's not great quality. So even though I played that guy there, Graham's song there, it was sort of recorded in the kitchen. It was decent enough quality, but when you're playing stuff people recording outside, it's terrible. So I'll maybe look and see if there's any single songs recorded from his set in Peter Brown. So I did watch a bit of that last week, and it was cracker. So it was, yeah. Marty Heaney just says, Ro, tell the Facebook wants to go over to YouTube so we can get 18 Brits on. He's all loving this 18. Well, how about just play 18 Brits and that'll knock Facebook off altogether. Maybe we'll do that after this next one, right? Choose your favourite row. Right, here we go. Choose my favourites. Oh, was that right? Is it Beaver? Is that right? if there's no 18 Brits, I had to stay on the 7. So we'll do this here song here, and then we'll get our 18 Brits on for you all, senior morning. So lovely wee song. This one, actually a bit more chilled out. This is from the Stories of the Land album, of course, the Shanaghy Sessions, the brilliant album put together by Ronan MacDonald and Derry and all the rest of the clan. Ro, it's not for me, okay, it's for Val. Alright, mate, calm your hand, would you? Jesus Christ, chill the beans. Lovely song is here, Song for Ireland, of course, written by P&J. Is it a P&J Call Clock? But anyway, this is on this album. It's sung beautifully by Aaron Carlin. So hope you enjoy this, folks. This is the lovely Song for Ireland on the Rebel Sundays, and I suppose we'll have to get on 18 Brits after this one, won't we? Here we go.
Walking all the day near tall towers where falcons build their nests. Silver winged they fly. They know the call of freedom in their breasts. Soar back head against the sky. Between the rocks that run down to the sea, living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea, and I sang a song for Ireland. To make you stay, telling jokes and news, singing songs to pass the night away. Watch the Galway salmon run like silver dancing, darting in the sun. Living on your western shore, saw summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea and sang a song for Ireland. Drinking all the day fiddlers love to play. Someone touched the bow. He played a reel that seemed so fine and gay. Stood on Dingle Beach and cast in wild foam. We found Atlantic bass. Summer sunsets, asked for more. I stood by your Atlantic sea and sang a song for Ireland. Dreaming in the night, I saw a land where no man had to fight. Waking in your door, I saw you crying in the morning light. Lying where the falcons fly, they twist and turn all in your air blue sky. Saw summer sunsets, asked for more.
stood by your Atlantic sea and sang a song for Ireland, sang a song for Ireland.
Well, 18 Brits on the one white road, will-ya, 18 Brits on the one white road, down by the narrow water. For on that road there was a bomb, will-ya, 18 Brits didn't last for long, down by the narrow water. There were 9 murders, came in the canteen, there were 9 policemen, nowhere to be seen. And the sergeant said, fuck it, they kicked the bucket. The day the murders came into the canteen. Well, Lord Mountbatten had a boat, will-ya, Lord Mountbatten had a boat down by the Sligo waters. For on that boat there was a bomb, will-ya, Lord Mountbatten didn't last for long down by the Sligo waters. There were 9 murders came in the canteen. There were 9 policemen, nowhere to be seen. The sergeant said, fuck it, they kicked the bucket. The day the murders came in the canteen. Well, 18 Brits were blue to bits, will-ya, 18 Brits were blue to bits down by the narrow water. For on that road there was a bomb, will-ya, 18 Brits didn't last for long, down by the narrow water. There were 9 murders came in the canteen, were 9 policemen, nowhere to be seen. The sergeant said, fuck it, they kicked the bucket. The day the murders came in the canteen. The day 9 murders came in the canteen.
Well, Damian there, folks. Actually, I think Mark Zuckerberg must have given his boys the day off or something, because as we speak, we've played the Sam song, played 18 Brits just there on Facebook, and we're still online. So we are, even though there's only a few. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, there's only a few listening, but we're still on. So we are anyway. So there you go. What's going on today? Zuckerberg must be giving the boys day off. Mortar sandwiches all around. Oh, Jesus, boy, Jesus. Right. So for all the crowd listening in Dublin, we're looking for a bit of Luke Kelly. So say I've been looking through. I can't really find a decent version of that Mick McLaughlin guy to play, because a lot of stuff's all busking music. But maybe if he gets any recordings. Got at last, or another 2 hours to go. Listen, not another 2 hours to go. I need to get my dinner today. I'm actually starving, so I haven't had a bite to eat this day yet. So I haven't. Well, maybe I had a bit of this morning. I got up leftover pizza from last night, because we brought went for a meal ours with it. And these two things, you couldn't really eat it, so you couldn't, like, so in the bar. So I brought it home. The box was. So it was my definitely not so healthy breakfast this morning, but I'm sure Zuckerberg is a secret rebel. I doubt it, mate. He's a secret, but he Israeli supporter, so he is. Here we go. Listen, for all you dubs that ask for a bit of Luke Kelly, go to this one. And this is Cruncher's favourite song as well, all-time favourite song, in case you didn't know. This is Luke Kelly on Raglan Road, folks. So we'll have another 25 minutes to go for you on Rebel Sundays. I get out of here. You're all melting my head this day. Only joking, folks. I really do love that is from the bottom of my heart.
On Raglan Road of an autumn day, I saw her first and knew that her dark hair would weave a snare, that I might one day rue. I saw the danger and I passed along the enchanted way, and I said, let grief be a fallen leaf at the dawning of the day. On Grafton Street in November, we tripped lightly along the ledge of a deep ravine where can be seen the worth of passion's pledge. The Queen of Hearts still making tart, and I'm not making hay. Oh, I loved too much, and by such is happiness thrown away. I gave her gifts of the mind, I gave her the secret sign that's known to the artists who have known the true God of sound and the stone, and word and tint without stint. I gave her poems to say, with her own name there, and her own dark hair, like clouds over fields of May. On a quiet street where old ghosts meet, I see her walking now, away from me so hurriedly. My reason must allow that I had loved not as I should, a creature made of clay. When the angel woos, the clay he'd lose his wings at the dawn of
Oh, there we go. The bold Luke Callier for you with Raglan Road, spicy for Valerie and all the rest of the dirty dubs. You dirty dubs, yes. That wasn't a double accent. That was more like a Vita's pet or something. So it was, man. Definitely wasn't Dublin. You're right, you know. You're right. So we'll just stick that. I think Paul O'Shea will probably I do a better Cork accent than I do a Dublin accent. Martin Heaney says that, right, injury time for all the buffering and the freezing. Listen, that's out of my control. I'm sorry. Blame Kate for that there. That's not my fault, alright? Audrey, I'm so sorry. Denise Heffernan says, row! And she's pretty angry. Audrey Buzzy said, did you forget her song, Take It Down? I actually did. Denise, but I'm going to play it next. I absolutely forgot. I did. I'm very, very sorry about that. But I did forget, so I'll go to get it on next for you. Beaver Sanchez says, well, love you, Ro. I'm sober. Honestly, yeah, mate. The pictures look like you're sober. Unless that's just Aaron brewing there or cold tea what you're drinking, is it? Joe Glacken. Is that no? Joe Jacklin. Rory Carson. What's the crack? Son of Earn 1816 says, bank holiday, your sound, get the heavies on. It is actually bank holiday. I'm not off tomorrow. We got the first bank holiday off, but we don't get the last bank holiday off, so back at it. Yep, that's a deadly tune there, Rose, so it is. Let's see. Son of Aaron, 1916, says, so seriously though, I remember being on Hill 16 at a game when news came through of Ronnie Drew passing. We won the game, but we were absolutely gutted. Play a Ronnie Drew tune, please. See, actually thinking there last night, see if you like, watching the Champions League final, you had obviously Chelsea, who's owned by this here Russian billionaire Abramovich, and then Man City, who are owned like by this prince of somewhere over in Abu Dhabi or whatever it is. Like, see if you put them in together, you would probably have the money that Dublin GAA has. So you would, and like no wonder they're bloody winning all around them and have the best stadium, the best training gear, the best sponsorships. I'm not banning it all, folks. So I'm not. Like it's I suppose how many counties could you have? I mean, Dublin have their pick of like about bloody 6 counties. I mean, you could probably if you split Dublin up, you have another 6 counties. So you could like Never mind the 32 I have. But just as I just think there last night, we'll say about these, but it's all the money in this football. You look at them 2 teams last night, he's like all these people complain. He says, I probably actually do have the money that Dublin GA has. I've seen the 2 of them together. I mean, but that's my rant anyway for all you dirty dubs, alright? What's happening, Remy JP? Close to her, Ro. Valerie says, Ro, you're trying with the Dublin accent. I will let you know how it sounds in December. Yeah, Roy. Alright there, Valerie. Alright. Valerie. Yeah, I'll let you know when I get a few drinks in December. Right. Go on home, Ro. Go on home. You go on home. Jack and Ori. Right here, over here. Oh, you see, you don't like us. See all these Dublin fans when they hear people slagging them off about all the money they have, they don't like it, so they don't, and they start bullshitting and crying, so they. But it's the truth. It's the honest truth. Right. So anyway, so for Audrey, I'm sorry I forgot your song. This one's specially for you. Take It Down from the Mast. Irish Traders. Anyway, so this is from I haven't heard this one before. This is from the Clare Celts. Maybe it's the Clare Celts, a good wee version, a lively version I heard on found on Spotify. So Audrey and Denise, all the rest of you girls, all you dirty dubs, listen to this one today. This is Fusions. Take It Down from the Mast on the last 20 minutes for Rebel Sundays.
So take it down from the mast, Irish traders. It's the flag we Republican claim. It can never belong to free staters, for you brought nothing on us but shame. Won't you leave it to those who are willing to protect it in war and in peace, to the men who intend to do killing until England's tyranny cease. So take it down from the mast, Irish traitors. It's the flag we Republicans claim. It can never belong to free staters, for you brought nothing on us but shame. You have murdered our brave Eamon Rory. You have butchered our Richard and Joe. In your hands with our blood is still flowing from doing the world of the foe. So take it down from the mast, Irish traitors. It's the flag we Republicans claim. It can never belong to free staters, for you brought nothing on us but shame. Won't you leave it to those who are willing to protect it in war and in peace, to the men who intend to do killing until England's tyranny cease. So take it down from the mast, Irish traitors. It's the flag we Republicans claim. It can never belong to free staters, for you brought nothing on us but shame. You have murdered our brave Eamon Rory. You have butchered our Richard and Joe. In your hands with their blood is still flowing from doing the work of the foe. So take it down from the mast, Irish traitors. It's the flag we Republicans claim. It can never belong to free staters,
There we go, it's one of the Clare Keltzer for you, the Clare Seltzer, whatever it's pronounced, especially for Audrey and Denise, all the rest of you girls looking for a ticket down from the mass, so you go. Right, so let's jump back into YouTube now, or on this our laptop. See all these dubs now, they're getting defensive, so there says, Derek Delaney, Roe, we have 31 counties against us, let's not fall out before December. Joe Jacklin has spot on here. She says, Man City still not done with all their money what Glasgow Celtic did in the heel of Lisbon 1967. All I can say is that there, Joe. All I can say is that they're spot on. Martin McCroom says, right, Row, newcomer here from Govan, request for wee Willie McFadden. Good to see you on, Martin. Thank you very much. I'll see what we can do. Valerie says, let's see. Where are you, Valerie? He says, you have not been married to someone for all the years they were losing, so let them enjoy their success. Hugh Neal says, I'm convinced the kids have let me finish watching the podcast. I'll take them to McDonald's, and it's worked. Yeah, happy days. Joe Jacklin says, yeah, Chelsea not even champions of their own country. It's laughable, it definitely is. Son of our 1916. Here we go, for fuck's sake, Row. We have the same budget as we're just gifted. Dead on, you have the same budget. Every other county in Ireland sponsored by AA or AI. Is it AIG? The same crowd that sponsors Man United and all. They only sponsor three other sports teams in the world. Yeah, sure. Everybody else is the same budget as you. Dead on, mate. Martin Heaney says, I know the crack. Bank holiday weekend, the Facebook police are off duty up the definitely are indeed. Right, so there's Celine back on. Jesus Christ, Celine, didn't see you. I thought you were away for a wee nap or so did. Right, so what do I have lined up here next? I'm just double checking. Yeah, so somebody asked for it earlier on. As we haven't been knocked off Facebook yet, just checking. Yeah, we're still here. So we'll do this one here. Somebody asked me to play a bit of Kinky Boots from the Irish Brigade. So ask, and you normally will receive. Here we go. If you keep pestering me, this was Kinky Boots from the Irish Brigade live in Dirty Dublin. This one. So for you dirty dubs, everybody else asked for it, but a Kinky Boots on our last but another 11 minutes to go, folks, today. Here we go.
I drove my Saracen through your garden last night. Sing up hurrah. I kicked your front door down around at midnight. Sing up hurrah. Someone's telling me, boy, you're avoiding me. And when I find you, you will go for your tea. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new black jacket and a lovely khaki suit. And when we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. Oh, we are the British Army, and we're here to take your land. My good friend Neville, he's in the RUC. I see. But now they've handed to him his redundancy. I see. Folks along the border won't be seeing him anymore. That provost sniper will be missing him for sure. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new black jacket and a lovely khaki suit. And when we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. Oh, we are the British Army, and we're here to take your land. My good friend Andy, he's in the UDR, searching for weapons. He will go near and far. Up around by Kappa, you'd never find him there. The only gun he'd get there is an Armalite in his ear. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new black jacket and a lovely khaki suit. And when we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. Oh, we are the British Army, and we're here to take your land. My good friend Nigel, he's in the SAS.
Oh yes.
He said a change is just as good as a rest. Now they've gone and posted him way down to Crossmaglen. He wishes to blazes he was back in jail again. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new flat jacket and a lovely khaki suit. And when we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. Oh, we are the British Army and we're here to take your land. Wee verse for Sammy Wilson, Sammy the streaker from the DUP. My good friend Sammy, he's in the DUP, an outstanding member, as all the world could see. I said, go up to Donegal if you want to have some fun. He said, I'll take a run there if I have nothing on. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new black jacket and a lovely khaki suit. And when we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. Oh, we are the British Army and we're here to take your land. Another wee verse for poor old Johnny Mad Dog Adair and the Sea Cat Company. My good friend Johnny, he's left the UDA. He said he preferred the LVF any day. Calling all his friends now, getting ready for a fight. He's made an appointment to meet Billy Wright. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new black jacket and a lovely khaki suit. And when we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. Oh, we are the British Army and we're here to take your land. First verse again, let's see you singing it. Here we go. I drove my Saracen through your garden last night. I kicked your front door down around at midnight. Something's telling me, boy, you're avoiding me. And when I find you, you will go for your tea. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new black jacket and a lovely khaki suit. And when we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands. Oh, we are the British Army and we're here to take your land. We are the British Army and we're here to take your land. Oh, yes, we are.
In the Curly Mountains we'd march, drill and train. At the Gap of Ulster, Britain's heart would still remain. At night we'd walk, laugh and joke and sing a rebel song. But all knew the path he chose would be difficult and long. And Brendan Q still guards the falls with rifle in his hand. He stands on top of the Cooley Hills and guards his native land. The Republic was his battle cry, a rebel to the last. The dogs will not give up the cause, said the warrior from West Belfast. No prison bars could hold him, Britain wanted to be free. He left behind Cashada and took his liberty. When the wardens came to check his cell, they stood and looked aghast. For all knew he'd work to do, the warrior from West Belfast. And Brendan Q still guards the falls with rifle in his hand. He stands on top of the Cooley Hills and Yards, his native land. The Republic was his battle cry, a rebel to the last. The dogs will not give up the cause, said the warrior from West Belfast. A prisoner got on hunger strike, sitting in a heat black cell. His picture flashed around the world, spoke more than words can tell. No speeding bullet or long slow death could Brendan's spirit cast. For courage was the watchword of the warrior from West Belfast. And Brendan Hughes still guards the balls, with rifle in his hand. He stands on top of the Cooley Hills and guards his native land. The Republic was his battle cry, a rebel to the last. The dogs will not give up the cause, said the warrior from West Belfast. So we'll sing a song for Brendan Hughes, a comrade staunch and brave, unbowed and unbroken, through life and to his grave. His remains brought back to the mountains by friends who knew him best. They're in the glens, the fields and fens, they let him down to rest. And Brendan Hughes still guards the halls, with rifle in his hand. He stands on top of the Cooley Hills and guards his native land. The Republic was his battle cry, a rebel to the last. The dogs will not give up the cause, said the warrior from West Belfast.
Yeah, so it'll be the Irish Brigade double their phase with Kinky Boots and of course the Warrior of West Belfast. That one of course dedicated Brendan the Dark Hughes, the legendary Brendan the Dark Hughes, especially for Breeds McFarlane, that one who asked for it on Facebook. And I think the Facebook feed just cut out there, it did, while the Dark song was on. There you go, but we're still here on YouTube, folks. We're going to wrap it up here, so thank you very much to all of you who have tuned in today. It's been another great show, so it has. Loads of great banter on the comments, so it has. Unfortunately, we're not off at some stage and jump back in again, but that's just internet for you. What can we do? So back again next week for you folks. No guest next week, just myself, so we'll have the 4 hours of the show, just myself. So we might have a guest on, but maybe not we're looking at a few guests, like say Mickey Bell, who runs the Salt Lake Supporters Festival in Bundoran. It's going to be coming on at some stage, so he is. Conor McLaughlin from Searson Promotions is going to be coming on at some stage as well. Maybe not next week, but just to be talking about a lot of big gigs that have coming up. So, yeah, good folks, thanks very much. So, as we finished, we started the show off with a Callie's Men song, so we did George and Pop, so I suppose we made as well finish up the show with a phone me hero. We started the show off with a Callie's Men song, so we're going to finish up the show with a Callie's Men song. So we'll do this one spicy for Dave's neighbour over in Scotland. Hopefully he's still laying out in the garden, so he is. So this one spicy for you and all the rest, any cream buns that may be listening, so this is for you as well, folks. Well, I'll see you all next Sunday. Thank you very much, and again, if any of you can, if you haven't already, drop in a wee tip or donation, and there's a couple of wee different ways you can do it there if you can, but much appreciate everyone today has to a wee tip in. Thank you very much, folks. It goes a long way to keeping the show going, so thank you. So again, folks, see you all next Sunday. Thank you. Go wrap it up with this one. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming tonight. We want everyone in the bar to sing along. So go on home, British soldiers, go on home.
Have you got the fucking homes of your own? For 800 years we fought you without fear, and we'll fight you for 800 more. Well, if you you stay, brave soldiers, if you stay, you will never ever beat the IRA. For the 14 men a day, alas that you will bury, will take this hit and leave us, let us be. So go on home, brave soldiers, go on home. Have you got no fucking homes of your own? For 800 years we fought you without fear, and we'll fight you for 800 more.
Well, we're fighting British soldiers for the cause. We will never let the soldiers be caught. Throughout our history, we're born to be free. So get out, you British bastards, leave us be.
So go on home, British soldiers, go on home. Have you got no fucking homes of your own? For 800 years we fought you without fear, and we'll fight you for 800 more.
We're not British, we're not Saxon, we're not English. What are we?
We're Irish and proud we are to be. So fuck your Union Jack, we want our country back. Oh, we want to see old Ireland free once more. So go on home, British soldiers, go on home. Have you got no fucking homes of your own? For 800 years we fought you without fear, and we'll fight you for 800 on your own. So go on home, British soldiers, go on home. You got no fucking homes of your own. For 800 years we fought you without fear,
And we'll fight you for 800 more. So go on home, British soldiers, go on home.
have you got no fucking homes of your own? For 800 years we fought you without fear,
and we'll
fight you for 800 more.
Folks, thank you, good night.
Genevieve at Safi Alligator Winds ourselves Her tender rannikun Befors beser Shantir Shun Sherpasa Ni akbar Pansiran of the town And dots Ayn Sabar Noel They gone their kell On was no cell They gone their scrape Ni labot now be left Charlotte Canning Around Avin.
Thanks very much, good night, God bless you all. Chucky Allah.
You have been listening to Rebel Podcast of Rory Carton. To listen to this and past episodes again, and to also check out future episodes, keep an eye on our official SoundCloud page. We're also available on all social media outlets. Just search Rebel Podcast. Bhí sé bh géisteach an sin leis an fád cruúlaí Rebel le Rory McCarson. Le héisteach le seo agus hir hagran a ríis, agus na hagran atá le teacht, caisúil ar siúificail sugin ar SoundCloud, agus táid ar fáil ar gach cinneal ardan ar na main húisiúta. Ní mór ditch ag fád cruúlaí Rebel a curda.